webcams.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Friday night Turboblaze Trials tournament hosted by your boys over here at Turboblaze GLC with our partners Collectors Connection. Give a quick shout out to them before we get everything rolling. You can check out their website at collectorsconnectionduluth.com for their list of events that are happening weekly. If you want to check out them in the area of the Duluth, Minnesota area for all of their tabletop games, hop in there and check them out. And tonight I'm joined by the awesome Evan Wiki and Chucky Davis. Chucky, it looks like, is jumping in for a judge call right off rip or trying to get some people set up. So we'll go to this cam. Ev, what table did he say, brother? He said...
let's see here. We're watching Spence today?
Yeah, Spence right now.
All right, we are on table 7.
All right, I'll take us there while I do. Evan, why don't you tell us how your day's been, brother, and how everything is going so far?
All right, if we look at the meta here, looks like we've got 6 psychic players tonight. So the meta's pretty stacked in their favor. We got 3 fighting, 3 colorless, 2 dragon, 1 metal, 1 water, 1 grass, and 1 fire player. Be really interesting to see what kind of psychic decks are being thrown around if we've got 6 different players on it. Looks like Spencer is on Cursed Kiss. Let's see what
this is going to be fun.
Safety Sam's running.
Yeah, it's a Safety Sam. I'm pretty sure we're going to be running his water list. I'm not 100%, but we will see very shortly. You let me know.
So it is water.
Yep.
It's looking like Frostlass, Palafin.
Yep, so I know this list very well. Safety Sam and I
Low
met
cost.
at a truck stop. Hilariously enough, if you guys know, Safety Sam is a big member in the community. He is a truck driver who travels the country, and he and I had the privilege of meeting each other recently at McDonald's and getting some games in. And I had the privilege of seeing this deck in action, so I'm pretty excited to see it tonight. I was hoping that we'd hit him at some point in time, so pretty cool to start it right off the rip. Spence better be on his game with this one, Evan. I will go ahead and let you know, because this deck has a lot of tricks that it will be looking to use to, catch Spence off guard.
A lot of early pressure.
Yeah.
Especially if he's able to get Spence into a position where he's not able to retreat and just keep swinging with the slow bro. Catch up on that prize trade.
Yeah. Yeah, and
there's some goofy plays here.
Yeah, so the deck, for anyone who has not ever had the privilege of seeing it before, it is a very low budget water deck, as Evan had mentioned, kind of like a lo-fi, low-to-the-ground water build. But included in this lo-fi water build are some tricks. So this deck is playing the Fion, which if you have Fion on your bench, you can remove it from the bench, put it back into your deck on the bottom of your deck, and if you do so, your opponent has to switch Pokemon. So it's like half of an escape rope in that instance, and very kind of annoying play to have to deal with. I'm going to get Safety Sam's board set up while I do. You guys kind of fill us for a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, I had to come back in. I got everyone set up, so everyone's starting the first round. I'm just catching up here, and it looks like you guys were talking about the water deck that Safety Sam is playing. And just really low to the ground. He just mentioned the Fion that has that really obnoxious ability to just clear attackers out and take out support mons, which is really strong. But the deck really just lives and dies on the Palafin being able to take repeated KOs. Those that don't know, the Palafin for 2 water energy hits for 210.
Wrong Palafin.
Nope.
Oh, is this
Vanguard? Yep.
Oh, is he playing the Vanguard Palafin?
Yeah,
he's going for 130
this is a
for 1.
Super aggressive build that looks to capitalize on aggressive Pokemon. So it is totally different than what you would think.
Yeah,
Oh
it is
no,
very, very early pressure, and then
yeah.
like swinging through that early pressure, and like worst case, he's also running the Twilight Inspiration Slowbro, where if your opponent has exactly one prize card, you take two prize cards for two colorless. So it's very get as much as you can done before you can't anymore, and hope
uh,
that you're down to two prizes by the time your opponent gets to one and doesn't have a way to skip prizing.
oh my God, he's
Um,
playing the Prozac Slow Bro.
yeah,
Uh,
hey, I'm here for it. It's
you
funny.
guys are good. Go ahead, start.
Hey, Safety Sam, can you rotate your camera, please? It's like really hard to capture it this way. There we go. I knew I wasn't going crazy there. I was like, this is not looking right for some reason.
The multi-stack deck box
Yeah.
Like I
for,
said, he
for the
is a road
webcam sim.
warrior, so it
Oh
is
yeah,
very rare that he gets a chance to do this. I know that he's home right now enjoying some time,
yep.
so I'm excited to have him tonight.
Yeah, I got to meet Sam at their local shop, and I was on vacation and decided to show up for a GLC event. I brought Psychic Mill. I don't recommend bringing that to a new shop when you're going there for the first time. Uh, I found out the fun way. I only got one win out of 3 rounds. Uh, but yeah, they have a really interesting meta there. A lot of Psychic, a lot of Whales players.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
seems to have a good local format where he's at, which translates fairly well to online tournaments.
So it's funny. I've never interacted with Safety Sam. However, he and I have a link. When I'd come back to play GLC, I was trying to figure out what deck to play, and his article that he wrote when he top aided the first 1K at Full Grip was the basis for how I formed the water deck that I played and then won the 3K with.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, so huge shout out to him for helping me kind of find my first bearings on a foundation of a deck and just making a couple subtle changes. Like honestly, we played I think like 57 or 58 of the same cards, but yeah. I'm excited to see what this water deck does, though. Definitely caught me off guard too. I kind of made the assumption with the Palafin, but yeah, like you said, this is just very much a one energy attachment, super low to the ground, aggressive deck. I'm kind of surprised with that. He's not playing the Starmie, the Misty Starmie, because it kind of does the same thing. But I guess you can't run every attacker that hits for 130 for one energy, right?
Yeah, and I mean the thing with Starmie is like to keep that damage rolling, you have to be able to like pick it up, re-evolve into it, because it's the turn that it evolves, it's hitting the extra damage for one.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like with the Frostlass, yes, you can like knock itself out on its second attack, but it is just continually swinging on its own. Same with Palafin, you aren't inherently worried about like having to set up another attacker because it can just keep swinging if you get things going fast enough.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, guys, I'm really excited to talk about this, so I'm glad that I finally got the camera and everything set up. So, Safety Sam's list. You guys mentioned the Twilight Inspiration Slowbro. It is actually a major player in the deck. It is not a like fallback play. It is very much like we had said to prey on the aggression in the format at this time. The Fion, it is heavily disruptive. So when Safety Sam and I played in that match in the McDonald's, I was playing Whales and having to send him something else turn after turn when I wanted to be attacking with the whale was very, very, very disruptive. It puts you at a position where you have to remove liabilities from your board in a way that, is not common, right? And in GLC, we often need these support Pokemon. Well, if Fion is in play and this deck can loop the Fion fairly easily through Brooklyn Hill and all the search that is there, it is a nuisance turn after turn. So we do see a little bit slow start from Safety Sam though, with a attached to slow poke, not ideal right now, Evan, and a pass back over to Spence, and then Spence is just starting off pretty well. We've got
Yeah.
that Mimikyu in the active. We see Togepi and Natu coming into play, and a Marnie for the turn for the supporter. Quick Ball going to keep everything rolling a little bit further along. I imagine that we'll probably look to establish that Ralts line if it's available to Spence.
Yeah, either that or the Inkay for sure.
Yeah.
Or no, he's running not to this list.
Not to. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I've seen so many different Cursed Kiss variations in the last 72 hours that it's all melding together. So it almost looks like Safety Sam is having to go for like a sleep stall with like rushing Slowbro. Because the Slowpoke's only doing 20 damage for 2, and Slowbro is doing 20 damage for 1, but also makes both active Pokemon asleep at least.
Yeah, we're definitely off to a slow start, it looks like, from Safety Sam's side of the board. He's probably not going to be loving that his first tournament on. I know he really believes in this deck. It's his baby, one of his babies. So maybe, though, we'll see it start to get rolling here. We do see a nest ball come down for Hisuian Basculin, and if you're a water player, you know that as long as Basculin can get to the active and start gathering the crew, then you may be in...
And he did got into the U-turn board there.
Yep, he did. So not all is lost here on this turn.
Yeah. I think another important thing to point out with this deck is that it wants to get aggressive. However, he plays a lot of cards that allow him to get back into these Stage 1 Evos, particularly the Thornton. I don't know if that's mentioned, but Thornton's huge for this type of deck because he can find a way to take that Slowbro game-winning play out of nowhere. So, just realize, looking through his list, like he's got a lot of really neat tech in the deck to try to make these types of plays work. He's also playing Chaotic Swell, which is like my favorite card in the format. So Ghouli's least favorite card.
Yeah, and I saw Ghoulies in the chat a minute ago, so he will definitely be a fan of hearing that Chaotic Swell makes an appearance in this water list. We're seeing sure. On stream.
Yeah. Like all of our testing, anytime any of us are playing Swell, he's getting hit with it turn 1 or 2, and he's not happy about it.
Yeah, it's kind of become a thing, a growing theme that I always have turn 1 Swell. I don't know why, but I just always
I've hit him with it too. It just keeps happening. And he's sitting there like, we gotta stop running this. And it's like, do we? Like, there's so much stadium pressure in the game right now.
For sure. It looks like Sam has a chance to get set up here. He has a full board. So now we're running into whether or not Spence can capitalize on a slower start that's not taking immediate KOs.
Yeah, and we see all the players come down, though, now from Safety Sam's side. So that is one thing about this water list that is pretty unique. It is going to be able to stream attackers once it starts getting these evolutions into play. And as early as next turn, we see a threatening Palafin on board. What's the full art card? Is it a custom card that he's got there? Is that the Snow
Runt? It's the Keldeo.
Oh, the Keldeo. Yep.
Well,
okay.
Oh, is he running Keldeo?
No, I don't think so. I think it may be like a full art of a Snow Runt, possibly, or a custom art of the Snow Runt.
Okay.
It might be, yeah. It just has like the Keldeo vibes. Maybe it was just painted over the Keldeo. We'll have to see in a second here. Because it's definitely not in the list.
Yeah,
for sure.
I might have to ask him. Hold on, let me just jump out and
go ahead, Chucky, and check it. Because I know that he does run Keldeo normally, and I know that he was like trying to figure out Limitless and some of the ways that Limitless operates. So we shall see what the call is here. And it is early enough in the game Safety Sam's perspective off here for a second so that it's not too jarring to everybody. Let's come to this screen actually for a second, Evan, and we will pull up just the tournament breakdown for what we have so far. See if we've got any early results coming in from anyone. I don't see any at this point, so we can take a look at the metagame. As you all had mentioned, we do see 6 Psychic, 3 Fighting, 3 Colorless, 2 Dragon, 1 Metal, 1 Water, 1 Grass, and 1 Fire. So Psychic, predominantly the main market share of the room tonight, but we do see there are quite a good spread of everything else. Only 1 Water, a little surprising, but you know, not everybody is a water believer at this point in time. So it's one of those things.
Oh, we've got some interesting Psychic decks here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let's see who's listed. I click on. Gavin P has a very, very interesting, looks like very minimal Psychic control with Garbotox and Garbodor.
Ah, okay.
Banette with curse words to have your opponent choose 3 cards from their hand and shuffle them into their deck. So like a hand control mill type of setup. Wonder what the ruling is here. There
It could possibly be like a
chatting here.
2 prize loss or something along those lines. I know that the players will definitely want to keep it pushing, but if that is a unknown card or a card that is not in the deck list, it probably will have to be switched for the correct card. Okay, so yeah, it's a trainer's mail. Safety Sam's list.
Okay, so he's making the swap.
We probably will see some kind of prize penalty assessed from that.
Because I believe he nest balled off of it. So, I mean, if anything, it would just get shuffled back in and he would have failed his
nest ball
basculin search.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll see what was decided here.
So why is Spencer at 5 prize cards? Yeah.
Unless he thought a 1 prize penalty meant he took 1?
That's not how it works.
Nope.
Yeah. You just have 5 left to take.
Everybody gets the prize penalty. No.
Well, they're not as common in Gym Leader Challenge, so it's not.
Yeah.
But that being said, someone of Spencer's caliber with multiple, placements at full grip should be aware of that situation and be able to play accordingly, right?
Okay. All right, we got everything sorted out. So Keldeo is not in the list. Unfortunately, he had submitted a list that was outdated. So these things are tricky too because if we were strictly in a tournament setting where a lot of money was on the line, this would just be a game loss.
Sure.
Yep.
And that would be that. However, we want people to see content. We want people to play. So what we decided was, if you saw Keldeo was taken off the bench, changed for trainer mail. He has to play the list that he submitted to the rest of the tournament, and trainer mail was shuffled in, and we gave a 1 prize penalty. So Spence has to only take 5 prizes in the game instead of 6.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're at to update everyone. So that does put him at a disadvantage, but I mean I think that's a better alternative as opposed to, we're playing a game where there's an auto loss or something. The other thing too is I maybe would call this differently if this wasn't on camera, but where we're live, like I think Spence had even made the argument, no, let's just play it as it is. But I think at some point we have to keep integrity, right?
Like, definitely. Yeah, you mean the list has to be fixed, right? That above all, that has to happen so that the rest of the tournament rounds for Safety Sam are not, invalidated in any way.
Right. And these things happen. Like we had I think one of the other weeks we had an event where someone simply misclicked the wrong Sobble. So like the Sobble they had was the wrong Sobble. clearly that's the card they were playing, though, right? So we figured it out, and I ultimately talked to both players, and they agreed on what to do, and we were able to fix it, no problem. It wasn't a big deal where someone's given a penalty, but those are bigger things, like, you know, and it's one of those things too. I've been on both sides of penalties like that in card games, and you know, mistakes happen. You know, you don't want to do anything that's illegal, but it's just part of the game, and when there's more on the line, it kind of affects that. So, but that said, it looks like the game's resuming. So, I think the biggest thing was figuring out our pricing of who takes what, and prize penalty is also a thing that's always weird for me.
We were just talking about that. Yep.
Yeah, you don't. It's not that you actually get a card; you just have to take less. But it's making sure to denote that that's what you take. So, it's funny too because this also affects. If I recall, wouldn't this affect the slow bro a little differently because he would technically only be at 2 prizes?
That is exactly what it will affect.
Yeah.
You are 100% correct. That slow bro is completely invalidated for the rest of the game. Correct.
Yeah, so it just happens to be the deck that would rely on that is now you're no longer able to use it. That's unfortunate.
Hey, hop in there, Chucky, and tell Spence to shuffle his prize cards, because I think that he did grab one of them, and I'm not sure if he randomized them after, like, taking a peek. So just have him shuffle those up for us, and that way, if he does take a knockout anytime soon, then we'll have that in order.
Yeah, I was peeking through some of the other lists here tonight. We have 2 different psychic control decks.
Yo, what kind of knot is this?
Yeah, one of them is Frillish with the newest Gothitelle, where you can like adjust your opponent's top deck, I believe. And then the other one is like
jungle, isn't it?
very much just hand control.
I think the Gothitelle just lets you once a turn put your opponent to 3 cards, right?
Yeah, the Gotharita lets you reset their deck order, because I know that's what Ghouls.
That's what it is.
Ghouls
Okay.
plays in Benet control. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very, very strong pairing with certain cards like Delinquent or just anything that's going to make you discard. Not to mention you just have the item lock fall behind. Yeah. Why does Psychic get all the good toys?
It has a lot.
Yeah, that purple game is always eating well.
Oh yeah, so Gavin's deck just is Benet control.
Yep.
You know, maybe just a couple cards off of Ghoulies special, but it is 100% just straight up, you know, Benet control. And then Cappen's list is a little bit on the different side with.
It's like a hybrid.
Yeah, it's like a different Gothita line and everything to that sort.
And it has attackers.
Spence is rolling for extra prizes here off of his first knockout with the boulder. And I think we saw a tails. Yeah, just a tails there.
Yep.
So now Spence has 4 prizes left to take in this game. Safety Sam looking for his first knockout. Promotes the little Finizen that could. So he will need a modifier if he evolves into this Palafin. He will need Palafin plus a damage buff in order to take the KO on this 140 HP Iron Boulder. Drizzle can patch things up pretty nicely here if he has possibly additional search. I don't know if Arazu's in the list. Irida's pretty good here. Irida's going to be able to fetch him out. You know exactly Palafin plus an Autumn card. Although, to be fair, I don't know what Autumn card gets him the buff here. We're going to go Evolution Incense and Octillery to go ahead and build this board. Probably looking to try to draw into it. Not sure if there's a guaranteed way to piece all of it together with the Palafin this turn. Alright, so Evolution Instance is going to get the Vanguard Punch Palafin out of the deck for 1 energy. That Palafin does 130 damage. and does damage to itself for the damage counters that are on it. So with a fresh 150 HP, I believe it has, it will not be doing anything to itself, just swinging for 130. But that's the problem, is this Iron Boulder's a little bit bigger than 130, right, guys?
Yeah, you need the
Yeah,
damage
it's got
mod.
140.
Does he run the band? Yeah, he does run
he
muscle
does
band.
run
He
band.
just doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Do have a standings update. The player playing Gothitelle won already.
Cap'n or Gavin?
Cap'n.
Okay. We have seen
With,
Cap'n have
the
some
full
good
evolution
showings recently over the last couple of weeks. They were absent last week, but in our top 4 of the first week, I believe.
That's an interesting deck. Yeah, it looks like it's just playing the Gothorito line strictly just to play. Like, outside of that, they're just playing Psychic, right? They're just playing all the good hits.
Yeah.
I get it, though. Like, having that hand disruption is really annoying in mid to late game, and you don't have to rely on using your supporter to do it, right? So you disrupt the hand, you use your supporter to keep good things going on your end, and then just keep pushing for damage. It seems like a solid way to do it, as long as you can get the setup right.
Yeah, I mean, being able to control and swing knockouts is huge. That's why Ursa Luna control is so big.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like he's just having to do the how many cards can I discard without kind of screwing myself up play here. Because he still has to have the same amount of cards in hand to be able to swing.
Surely we didn't see a pass there, guys, right? I don't see any damage on Spence's side of the board. Was Fiona in play? And was a knockout taken that we missed?
Looks like the Mimikyu, yeah.
Yeah, there were 5 prizes, so knockout was taken.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was just promoting the Iron Boulder back.
Yeah.
And Mimikyu's in the discard, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yep.
So that's what we were talking about, man. That Theon play, making it to where he actually did not need the buff. And instead forced Spence to give up, a valuable attacker into this Palafin. Can't get rid of any of these other bench mons that he has established right now as their vital pieces to the game plan.
Mm-hmm. Also relevant enough, if he were to able to recover the Mimikyu could not take the copycat KO, right? Not without a damage mod, because it would only hit 130.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
relevant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but if Mimikyu were to try and copy Frostlass, it would have to knock itself to do full damage.
Yep.
So I know we've been seeing a lot of, at least in our own testing and just other games, especially on the any of the Tricky Gym content in their weeklies. There's been a lot of Curse Kiss, and Boulder is such a strong card, but this is where something like a red card becomes so good, or just something where you can control the hand a little more. Although I guess red card in this specific instance doesn't help him, but trying to find ways that you can match hand is just so important with this when you're relying on Boulder to be a main attacker, right?
Right.
Unban Marshadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll fix it.
Mr. Tricky Jim, unban Marshadow.
Yeah, I spoke for over a year about how Marshadow needed banned.
Yeah.
And people, they thought it was wild. They're like, no, you need to ban all of these cards first. And no, Marshadow is it's the one thing that makes going first with Psychic a good thing sometimes, right? But we don't have to worry about that anymore. If you want to bring cards back, bring back the Amazing Rare Kyogre. I welcome it. We have bench barrier now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just run Mountain Ring or Sky Pillar. Come on.
So what I wonder here is, does he have? What does Spence go for here?
Oh, so he just took a KO with Dusk Noir.
Goodness. Yep.
So now they both have 5 cards in hand off of that knockout.
And then we roll for Wonder Kiss, another Tails. Alright, so Spence has 2 prize cards left to take after that knockout.
Yeah, it's like the tails off the Togekiss aren't really mattering as much just because of the penalty, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Spence's board got set up really quickly. So Safety Sam, not having all the aggression right out of the gate kind of put them a little bit behind as well. And another thing is like having the Keldeo on the bench when it could have been a Snow Runt to be establishing another attacker. Like that's literally what I was about to get into, is how this deck can stream attackers fairly easily because of the fact that they play so low energy attacks. But with us seeing the Dusknoir being able to target down Safety Sam's bench before that Inteleon can become a threat, I believe is probably what the target was there off of the Dusknoir. So he snipes the Drizzile, right, takes a knockout, and then also removes the only threat on the board of that Palafin. So now the onus is on Safety Sam to try to recur some of these attackers and figure out the route from here. Looks like we're seeing just like a Versus Seeker for Avery play. And Spin's going to be happy to throw that Wobbuffet into the bin.
Yeah.
But now
it's easy enough to recur basics in Psychic where like Avery and Parallel don't matter as much.
It's a little sketchy though, because now Spence's board is open to a Fion. I don't know if Safety Sam has access to being able to fetch the Fion out at this point, but it could get a little annoying right here.
Yep. Which I think at this point you drop the Xatu unless there's a stadium bump. Because if you can get the Gallade rolling and just start funneling that energy, you're not going to be too worried about missing on the energy excel.
Right.
Plus, you're a turn away from just like tuliping if you're able to get into it, especially if you get into the Glade this next turn or so.
And I do want to shout out our other guy who is in the tournament tonight, Lee Hoffman, is probably in a bit of a battle with his first round matchup. Looks like he hit a fighting list that is aimed to hate on basic Pokemon. And I don't know what Lee ended up deciding to play tonight. Was it Dragon or Curse Kiss, Chucky? Do you know?
He is on Dragon.
Yeah.
So he stayed on Dragon Bucks.
So that
he is
might
on
be
Dragon
a little
Bucks.
bit tough because we know that those decks don't traditionally love spread matchups. They can win if it's rushed off the board, but seeing that there's not been a result, 50 minutes into the, 30 minutes into a 45-minute round, I don't think that is the case.
Yeah. We do also have Justice on table 3. Looks like Justice is playing one of our colorless lists.
Absolutely.
And it is against, would you look at that, Dragon. Drago box twice. Both Dragon decks are Drago box. Should be very interesting to see what cream rises to the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't have my sunglasses ready. I didn't know we were
talking. Yeah, I lost my sunglasses. I was hoping to fill out the ensemble, but not in the works for today.
So I'm a little interested in. Yeah, I think this works though, because yeah, there we go. So yeah,
Yep.
he got the tenacity. Yeah, so Tenacious C comes up, gives him the tails again.
Another tails.
I
Still
think
only one prize, just
yeah,
because of
I think Safety Sam conceded though. I heard
Yep.
the words. I'll give it to you. Yep, we got a concession.
All right.
All
I think
right.
just too far behind with the prize penalty too.
Yeah.
So with 8.5 minutes left, we will try to hop over to Lee's table if you guys would like, where we can go to justices. Neither one of them have posted a result just yet.
Pop over and just check and see what's going on this tables real quick.
Sounds good. I'm gonna hop in Lee's table.
I will as well.
Everybody in these weird camera angles tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting some interesting ones. That one's upside down. So it's kind of like when you're in webcam, it's like you're playing across from someone.
Yeah, gonna be completely impossible to produce.
It looks like Lee's about to finish his, but we got a bit of a slug going on over in Justices in table 3. It was
Table
3.
Let's go over there then.
Okay.
This is impossible to see.
Yeah, that's interesting
Oh
setup
yeah, this is gonna be much better for me to produce here.
Oh yes.
So it looks like to catch up, it looks like a Raihan's being played. I'm assuming what just happened is Cram had taken a KO on Justice's last turn, and then there was a retaliation with Drampa with the Lost City and played to Lost and the Cram. That's what it's looking like. And now we're seeing the play or the turn after that playing out for Justice now to see if he can have some type of answer.
Gosh, Safety Sam messed me all up on these cameras tonight. I'm gonna be adjusting cameras all out long. Whew.
Hey, that was an impressive setup he had though. That was like 6 deck boxes to have his phone set up on top.
I mean, he had the King Jesus playmat too. He had the Lord Kenrith on top of it. Like, oh man, I should tell him if he's gonna play with the tower, like, hey, like just for the giggles, you should get a Waffle House playmat.
Oh yeah.
Hit him with that laminate.
Yeah, get the Waffle House playmat. Get a deck box that looks like a bowl of grits.
Yeah, always play Fiona on top of your topping options. I want to smother it.
Have a branded Coca-Cola glass that's all iced up. He did get into the double. That is big.
Yeah, big if true. Okay, oh, let's see. Interesting. Okay, he's taking the Tatsugiri KO.
Yeah, just got to use that ignition up, seeing as he had it attached.
Does he have a? Let's see. He has the Snorlax in play. Does he not have? So it does 80 base, right? So it'd be 110. So I guess it just doesn't have the KO on anything else, I guess.
Yeah. Prize is a prize. We take those.
Oh, for sure.
It at least lets him try and get set up with other attackers in the meantime.
I'm going to let them know something real quick.
Need that ignition energy to get discarded here.
Yep.
How many prize cards does Justice have left to take?
2.
2.
And it does look like we're at only a few minutes left.
Yep, 5-minute warning here.
Yep, which looks like Justice made sure they were aware of it too. Looks like they are going to have an extension because we our first round, those that have tuned in, we actually do a webcam check, so everyone's going to have a little extra time. So Actually, I'm going to go around and let everybody know that.
Go ahead.
Because there are quite a few games that are going on.
Go ahead. You're good. Pop back in for a second. Join Evan while we sift through this game. Evan.
Yeah, we got Bibarel Floatstone active. And the Silent Lab's going to be really rough for him. Not being able to use that Squavit or the Oranguru to be able to like rotate handout is going to be very, very tough.
Right. Yeah, Silent Lab, a very disruptive supporter, or a very disruptive stadium card in the format, shutting off all basic Pokemon's abilities. So Justice going to be feeling the full brunt of that this turn. Now, I do know that this colorless deck does play a number of stadiums to be able to bump it. And we see Parallel being waived and played down from Justice, so he does get out of that Silent Lab bump. And now we'll see if he can respond to this Drampa in the active. Drampa with a Fighting Fury Belt equipped to it. Going to give itself 40 additional HP, making that thing 160 HP Pokemon at this point. Not sure if we're seeing an immediate response here, Evan.
Yeah.
Both players on 2 prizes, so we're past the Cramorant hours.
And at least no cram in play, so nothing to get stuck.
Sure.
I mean,
nothing taking up bench space.
Yeah, I mean, Cram's in the lost zone, right? It's just it's
yep.
Yeah.
Was looking right past that.
You're good. Yeah, it looks like almost all of our other games are finishing up except for 2. Might have 2 potential draws. We had one game. I think they were still at 5 to 6 prizes.
Ooh.
Looked like Ursaluna control or some type of colorless control against Psychic. So that one's probably going to go to time.
That David versus iPod Shark.
No, they I think they're playing a Psychic Mirror.
And Lee, I do see that Lee was able to take down Enrique in round 1. So taking down that tough matchup. Do like to see that. And Lee's been on a bit of a hot spell for the last little bit, so be excited to see if all the Blazers take down their round 1 opponents. We'll see right now. The onus is on Justice to be able to make something happen here.
He's getting into the choice band there, the Hops choice band. Mm-hmm. Might be able to swing here. Oh.
Prepping the double. Oh, that stinks, Noodler. Well, there will always be next week. We do have someone in the chat saying they didn't get to play because they came down with a cold tonight, but that will be okay. Turboblaze Trials will be here this week, next week, and every week going forward for the next year, right?
At a minimum. Yeah, at a minimum. Got a bunch of fun ideas that we're working towards getting even more events rolling. Should be really, really fun to see how everything unfolds over the next year.
And I do know that I personally am excited
for Hex.
The end of this month. Hex coming down this turn, so it's shutting off the abilities for Justice. And, yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult to respond.
Yeah, that Hex might be the nail in the coffin there. Aside from having to be able to you almost have to get rid of the Druddigan right now because the Druddigan's going to take knockout on whatever attacker takes out the Drampa there.
Yeah, but so is the Drampa. I mean, I don't know if the Fury Belt's already been, or I'm sorry, if the Field Blower's already been committed, but if you
Yep.
don't address that as well, then here's an interesting line. Orangaroo, will it do enough? 8100. I don't think it's doing enough. Yeah. Okay.
Just not going down without a fight. But yeah, it looks like he had him kind of in a checkmate position.
Yeah. That hex was it. There was no playing around that one.
Okay, so we are giving an extension, so it'll be 10 minutes to the hour. So we've got 3 minutes left in round before we actually go to turn 0. We do have a couple games still going on, so I'll have to keep track on that. But yeah, it looks like most games have wrapped up. We just have a few remaining. So what do we have for standings so far for those first matches?
Yeah, I've got us over here on it right now. It looks like Lee does take down Enrique at table 1. Looks like Mickey did win on table 2. Table 3 did go to a draw. And then you have Sligu taking the loss tonight for the first round against Fireball. I know that Fireball's been putting in a lot of work in the community server this week, so excited to see them potentially tonight. And then David and iPod Shark drew out Georgie and Spencer on table 6 and 7, take the win over Lonnie and Safety Sam. So got a couple of draws out there. Must have been just like natural, right, Chucky? Like you said, they weren't far enough along in the game state at that point when you had checked in with them.
Yeah. So we do have. Actually, I was kind of surprised to see. It looked like Georgie took the win, but I think that maybe he was playing against Lonnie, and when I looked, they were at like 5-5 prizes. However, I think Georgie was playing colorless control. At least the cards I saw on board, it looked like colorless, like maybe Luna control. So I don't know if they milled him out to win the game. Maybe that's what happened. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at their list, so I don't know. I just remember seeing a lot of the cards that you would see on board that are for Luna control, but I'm not fully certain. Let me message back to this. Okay. Let's see. Let me go check on this last match because it looks like we're going to be in time now. So I'm going to jump over to table 5 and see where they're at in their match.
Sounds good, Chucky. And while you do...
Doing a little judge call there. All right.
Yeah, Evan and I have got the standings up here. Evan, let's take a look at that list that he was just talking about. So it's opposite Lonnie. It was Georgie, right, playing colorless. Pull the deck list up now. Let's see if we can isolate if it is this colorless control deck that's been on the rampant the last couple of weeks. Yeah, we are seeing Ursaluna control here. And we saw it win last week's event with SBO at the pilot. We were seeing it take an early round 1 win here against a very good opponent in Lonnie. So this deck is becoming quite a problem child in the meta, I would say. Now, luckily, one of the biggest benefactors of the Mega Evolution set is a type that hits this for weakness and is going to do, pretty significant amount of damage to this deck. I know that Ursaluna relies heavily on being able to survive, its survivability, and Okie Dokie doesn't care about Ursaluna's HP. Not even if it's caped, right? So it's one of those things that if fighting is what we think it's going to be going forward, then maybe it's this deck's day in the sun, but could be coming to an abrupt end pretty soon.
We're going to table 3. Looks like round 2 is up, and we got this Captain Psychic list against Spence's Curse Kiss. I'm excited to see how that's going to play out.
All right. So
Well, psychic mirror.
And you said table 3, correct?
Yeah, I think we're already there, right?
Yeah. There's no video up yet.
Yeah, I do know Cap'n has a good setup though, so that will be good for me to.
Oh my goodness,
Good for your mental health.
It
that
will be
play
great
mat.
for my mental health.
Hold on, is that the Final Fantasy playmat?
I think so.
I can't
So
tell.
much going
Can't
on.
tell.
Goodness.
I can't see it because it's upside down, but I know there's like a very similar Final Fantasy anime playmat. I don't think it is though.
Oh, I love it. I didn't have to do anything. Didn't have to move anything.
That's perfect. No Waffle House playmats this time.
I will put Cap'n's name up on the stream though while these players are getting set up. Time has started in the round, right, Chucky?
Yes.
Okay, I've got the timer ripping on the stream. It may be just a few minutes off, everybody. Just bear in mind that we may be running right up on time and within a couple of minutes of our timer here. I don't have it like synced to Limitless per se, so I just kind of have to start it on the fly. All right.
But yeah, just interested to see. I mean, clearly this one will definitely come down to who gets set up, but I feel like that Dust Noir just having the ability to pick off whatever support is there when needed is just huge. I mean, I'll just go ahead and pose it. Let's just talk about it now. Like, is Dust Noir a problem in GLC?
It is a very impressive card.
Yeah, I'm not saying that in a sense of I'm saying I agree that it is. I'm just posing the question because I think the discussion should be had, right?
I just feel like it's dangerous to even say, is it a problem? Because like sometimes people just roll with it. I know like Andrew Mahone has been like just pummeled with, this card's broken. This card's broken. And like bringing up any new card into that conversation just kind of people snowball with it.
I mean, to be fair, they did have to immediately ban the Dust Skull.
Yeah.
Like when this card was printed, right? Because it expanded, it exploded. For those that don't know, there was a Dust Skull that lets you evolve immediately, and you could just win the game through spamming Dusclops curse blasts in turn 1. Yeah, I actually watched someone take 5 prizes to win a game in expanded doing that. I'm thinking, okay, this card's an issue. Is this GLC legal? And then it wasn't like 2 days later. So.
Yeah, because a few people had been testing it in the lead up to it, like in the lead up to Shrouded Fable releasing, which is the set that has the Dusclops and Dust Noir that can knock themselves out to put damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. And a few of the people testing that had figured out that between the Duskull that can, discard 3 cards from your hand, search your deck for the Dusclops, and evolve right away, between that and being able to repeatedly pick up and loop Marshadow, that you could turn 1 going first before your opponent gets to play, you could get 3 to 4 Dusclops off and win the game before your opponent would get to play the game.
Yep.
And even without that, you're putting your opponent to 4 cards in their hand, and they already have damage on them if you can't get a further loop, which that's too much.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue. Now,
jeez. And I do want to update everybody who is interested in all the Blazers kind of info. So I did see where Lee in the chat said that in his first game he Dragoniumed Okidogi for game, and then Box was tearing it up. But I do see now when I'm looking at the pairings that he has hit yet another fighting matchup. So here we go again. Already done it once. Can he do it again?
Yeah, call it a prediction. But I have a feeling that saying that people were against fighting is probably going to get very, very common by the next set.
Yeah.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be playing fighting.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. I think that the plan for us, I know this is just a few weeks out, but we are all attending the Full Grip Games 3K Gym Leader Challenge event in Akron, Ohio. So that will be the end of this month, the last weekend in September. So that weekend we will probably not be running Turboblaze Trials that Friday night, as we will all kind of be traveling and getting together. And immediately following that, when we return, I think that we will be allowing the cards from the Mega Evolution set. There's no, we don't have to follow standard regulation when it comes to 2 weeks after the sets are released. I think that if we let everybody know kind of now, and everyone who watches this back will know that, hey, you kind of have a month to get your Mega Evolution cards. Those cards have already came out in Japanese, so you can hit up any of the usual websites that you use and see if they have any product of those cards. And then at the worst, this is one of those webcam advantages, right? We allow proxies in webcam tournaments. So if you've ever been like scared of getting into the format or getting into webcam tournaments as a whole because you're like, hey, I don't own a bunch of cards. I don't know that I want to invest a whole bunch of money into the format immediately. Hey, if you got a printer laying around, print you out some proxies. We can all show you how to get that set up. And so for that Mega Evolution set, proxies will be allowed that week after we return from Full Grip. That'll be the first weekend of October.
Yeah, really excited to get the Mega set. Just there's so many open doors between the next 2 sets that are coming out in GLC. Especially with some of the spores that even came out in the last 24 hours related to Dark. Let's go Grimsley.
Grimsley.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the field's going to look like just in a few months, because I think we're going to see things kind of flip on their head a little, which is great. But that said, you'll be able to play those cards. Lots of different ways to get them by that time too. So no worries there.
Well, the Grimsley card, that won't be out until November.
Right, that's the next set. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, just in general, just the Mega is like you'll be able to play with your broken Forest of Giant Plants Diet Edition, or the Zero Sugar. I think that's what I heard someone call it, the Zero Sugar Forest.
Yeah. The gluten-free forest.
Gluten-free forest. Oh, that's even better. That's good.
Because I mean it's pretty damn close, but not quite.
Sure.
Not quite.
Yeah. So it looks like to kind of catch back up on our play-by-play. Cap'n just kind of sitting on a white setup so far. He's got a boulder. He's got that fez that's kind of annoying. However, Dustmore gets around that ability. Those that don't know, the Fezandipity has effectively the same as Infiltrate. You have to flip to make sure that it gets hit. And so you flip a coin when an attack lands, and if it's tails, then it takes no damage, which can be an annoying card to play around. However, we're just talking the power of the Dustmore line. If even if there's not a KO, you can just ignore the ability, or you have ways to turn the ability off, right? Like you can just hex and take a KO with Boulder. Like there's a lot of ways around it. It's actually something to go back to what we were talking about with Dustmore being a problem. Like the main concern I have about Dustmore is that the ways to answer Dustmore are also very easy to respond to because they're powerful cards already in the format, right? Like in Standard, for instance, Dustmore is going to take a nerf because of Psyduck. However, Psyduck's easy to answer because you just play Wob or you play Silent Lab, and then the Golduck is another card you'd have to commit in GLC, but only one type has that anyway. And even then, you still have Hex, right? So there's not even a great way to respond to the Dustmore outside of just getting it off the board, right?
Yeah, between that and the fact that like running that Psyduck in the first place in water is already, you're taking up a slot for another card that is going to do more to all decks.
Absolutely.
Whereas like running that Psyduck or the Golduck that it evolves into that has the same ability, not quite worth it. That Golduck, it's only doing, I want to say 30 per energy attached like Hydro Pump, which isn't that much. I think it's hitting like roughly 120 because of its base damage right away.
Yeah.
It's not a big attacker for how much you're having to put onto it.
Yeah. So as far as cards go, the one card in the format that I think could actually cause problems for Dusknoir, and funny enough, it's in a type that's typically weak to psychic, is the Machoke.
Yeah.
Donkey Poe's Machoke is a hard counter to
Yeah.
Dusknoir. Like it literally is just they have to hex, right? And they can't hex and then use Curse Blast because they turn it off. So literally, it is the counter to beating the deck. So, yeah, I'm not going to say that Machoke is playable per se in other things, but if you were specifically scared of Dusclops Dusknoir, Machoke is the answer, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a very strong card in that aspect. So it looks like we're seeing Spence Togepi had to take an early KO, unfortunately. Looks like now we're seeing the teammates to get some cards. I think I heard the classic, how many cards do you have in your hand? Just as we went to Spence's turn. And of course, what we're looking at there is we're seeing him try to fill his hand with cards because he's trying to get to the same number that Cap'n has. Cap'n, unfortunately, hasn't played out a lot, but it's worked in his favor here to counter a boulder. So
he does at least have level ball to try and get into the Curlia here to add some more cards to hand. He did fully fail the timer ball, which did he just put the Curlia on the Natu by accident?
He did. I must fix it.
Okay. we all been there. That's yep, there we go. That's all fixed. We've all been there.
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing too when you make mistakes, but it's even more when you make it on camera, right?
Yeah.
It can just be like jarring to do something on camera and then have someone tell you, "Hey, stop screwing up." But Spence handles it well. He's cool under pressure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be giggling about it later.
Oh yeah, he's ready to come back and be like, "Why were you riding my ass all night?" That's what he's gonna tell me because I keep.
You guys were really rude this time.
What a big meeting.
Yeah. Okay, trade away the Raihan. Already used teammates.
Spence just said that was stupid. Yeah, so he's in that spot where he's trying to dig to find a way, but there's just no way he's gonna be able to get the KO here. I don't think. I think he said 6 cards in hand.
Yeah. He does have another energy for the Natu that he just grabbed, at least.
Yeah, I mean that could potentially be
the Curlia.
Yeah, because he hasn't put a lot of, or he's already committed a lot of energy through discarding and what's already there. Because I think he only runs 5. So that's another thing you got to be wary of. You know, this list, as opposed to some other forms, is not running the Malamar, which can take advantage of that discard pile. So you got to be really, really judicious with how you lay out your energies. Otherwise, you run into some really rough situations late game.
Yeah, how many energies is Cap'n running here?
It's a good question. If you pull the list up and see, I'll look back at Spence's. Yeah, so Spence is only on 8 total between the specials he's running, and it's like Cap's on 10. So 10 definitely on more total energies.
Yep.
But also more importantly, Cap'n, because he's not running this Curse Kiss line, he's running Malamar as well. So you just have a deck that
more energy cycle overall.
Right. Yeah, interesting. See a couple of other interesting cards in the deck.
The Frillish.
Well, we're seeing Frillish. If you look at the supporters, we're running both Copycat and Harlequin.
Yeah, and Battle Reporter.
Yeah, and Battle Reporter.
That's a pretty decent card against Iron Boulder, but only if you're under their card amount.
Right. So it looks like that's the kind of the line they're playing into, is trying to play into the line of let's try to mirror how many cards are there.
That Gothitelle actually, now that you say that, making it so your opponent always has 3 cards.
Yeah.
With the Gothitelle.
Yeah,
there's some synergy
anti-boulder hate, right?
Well, no, they're using boulder, so it's like they can just sit there and be like, yes, I always have 3, you always have 3. Welcome to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like I think that's the thing though, is it's like there's flexibility, because just as much as it can be used to promote your own and keep them limited to cards, it also can be anti-boulder. I see what you're like. You could have a bunch of cards in your own hand, put them to 3, and be like, good luck trying to draw 5 cards, right?
And the Gothitelle also does, for 1 psychic, 1 colorless, it does 90, and then if you have the same amount of cards in your hand as your opponent, it does another 8 or another 90, so you're doing 180 for 2.
Right into the hand match. Yep.
What is that's kind of wild. I didn't realize that card hit so hard because you always look at the ability. That's kind of wild, actually. So it only hits
the full art's a promo. Maybe I picked that up later.
Yeah, not to mention it is just a psychic and colorless, so that's a devalue 1 energy for 180 if you're resetting the hand like that, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. There's something there. I mean, I'm not gonna say I like the whole 60, but there's some spice here. I can get behind it.
And I already have the full art Gothita, so now I'm like, hey, this list kind of fun. I might want to play this.
And then you can play the Gothita that is the disruptive Gothita as well. You don't have to play this Gothita. You can play the one that, we're seeing in the Bennett control list in another one of our decks tonight.
Yeah. Does that one have 70 HP though? Because I am afraid of dragons.
I can't remember. I'll look though.
The team I'm a part of
Gothita has
play
70.
dragons.
Yeah, Gothita has 70. Honestly, like, the only thing I really see with the lineup is in terms of what they're trying to do is not a huge fan of the Fez over Monkey.
It's 60, Evan. Yeah. So the Fortunate Eye Gothita is the one that Evan and I are talking about. From Darkness Ablaze.
Yeah.
Let you look at the top 5 of your opponent's deck and put them back in any order.
So it is extra control, but if Lee Hoffman plays Crispin, it's getting knocked turn 1. Or if Lee Hoffman plays Guz Mahala and grabs DDE, it's getting knocked turn 1. Like it's.
I can fix it for you.
Mr. Mime.
You play Barrier and you play Chaotic Swell.
There you go.
Good luck.
Okay.
Listen,
no,
GLC
Psychic does have Bench Barrier, which
you have options,
should be enough, but
but like for real though, like this format, like I think you could argue in every type almost. Like this format is just Chaotic Swell and 59 other cards, right? But
yeah. Is Ghouls in live chat right now? Because I'm scared for his heart rate if we're talking like that.
And we see Cap'n able to match hand size on that turn again, taking a knockout on Spence's Iron Boulder. So now Spence is sitting in a position where, okay, you've lost your Togepi early. We know that the way that this deck likes to win games is by cheesing out extra prize cards from the Togekiss flip. He's going to have to recur that, right, guys? Like, quickly, in order to keep up in this match. Because once that Gothitelle comes online, like we've already mentioned, it is just going to be, you're going to have 3 cards, and I'm going to match you a lot easier than you're going to match me.
Yeah, but I think that there's definitely a way to get to, like, right now the Boulder's the biggest problem, but there's not a lot else going on. And that Fez is, I feel like there's so much committed to that Fez that just feels mediocre. So, like, if Spence is able to just get in a spot where he's able to tulip to reset what he needs, and more importantly, get that dust mower line to deal with the fez, then he can completely ignore the fez with all the stuff that's on it, and he can still establish himself, use the Mimikyu to take a KO here, right? And a lot of it's just if he can match hand size, but as long as he's able to do so, then he's able to still put himself in at an advantage, or I guess try to come back from a disadvantage rather.
Yeah.
Just not sure if he's able to. He's got a lot of psychic energy down already.
Yeah, and we know that Fez right now only doing, like you had mentioned, 60 damage.
Our sponsors in our live chat saying that Timer Ball's my favorite card. Worth noting, it's not.
It's Chucky's favorite card, though. It and Stadium Nav.
You know what? You're right. I love it because
I never Stadium Nav.
I never play it, and my opponents do, and they hit tails. So yeah. Thanks for the cash. Like, play him against
what I roll. Okay, well, if I would have been playing it, I would have just gotten 2 evolutions. So.
Well, I just rolled 2 tails. So you tell me.
See, exactly, and that's why we don't run Timer Ball.
What an offset! Truly 50-50 cards.
Yeah. I mean, I will say for the theme of Curse Kiss, I don't mind at all because you're already flipping coins.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, commit to it, right?
May as well put greedy dice in there, huh?
Exactly. Just play all the things that let you flip heads. Play Will, play, what is it? It doesn't work with everything, but the Tangle. Because the Tangle just works with the packs, I think.
Tangle.
Yeah, just play Glimwood. You just go all in.
Man, guys, this is not looking good from Spence's side. We are seeing a Xatu having to TM Evolution to evolve Kirlia. So essentially got 1 use out of the Kirlia and then into Dusclops as well. But we know that Dusknoir is becoming less and less of a threat as this game goes on. You know, Cabin gets us to a place where Spence, may not be able to blow up the Dusknoir because of giving up that KO may be the last prize of the game at that point.
That's true. You got to do it before you run out of prizes to give, right?
I mean, think of it like this, right? If Spence can get Togekiss out by the time that Cap'n gets to 2 prizes, and if he can knock the main attacker, he could catch right up if he gets all heads after the Togekiss is in play. He can just swing on through.
Yeah, my favorite line that the boys say is that Togekiss alone wins you games that you had no business otherwise winning.
Yeah. I've found that in testing as well, where like I should not have won a lot of times, but the Togekiss just getting heads even once is enough to like change the tide.
Absolutely. I mean, it just comes back to the thing of like GLC is supposed to be a single prize format, so any way that we're cheating that is going to, like, I mean, again, it's just going to lead to some crazy games, and it's the definition of a high roll deck. Like, you literally are rolling to try to cheat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I feel like the cards that were announced overnight last night, a lot of the dark support could lead to a conversation about Guzzlord being banned.
I could see it.
But then it's like, okay, all these other types have ways to take extra prizes. So is it really the Guzzlord? Or like what is the concern? And we'll really have to see once it gets that support back, if it is more or similarly oppressive when it had, double colorless and twin energy. Because for a while it was very strong and it was getting good results. Being able to take 2 prizes more than once in the same game with Guzzlord is disgusting.
Absolutely. I think I don't know though, because I think there's enough other things that balance out that it's probably still okay. Again, I think we're in a situation where there's so many powerful things happening for different types of decks that it's just going to be, if you answer one problem card, then it's just the next problem card, right? Like enough of them keep, like, I think just as bad as Dark could be oppressive to some types, it's going to keep Psychic in check. Whereas
Yep.
Fighting, being as strong as it is, will maybe keep Dark in check because it simply will just be too fast for the Guzzler to matter, right? Not to mention, like, it'll be easier for Fighting to have a response and just KO the Guzzler.
And we did have Spencer Scoop there.
Yes, he did concede. I think he just was a little too far behind to try to catch up.
Once you're at a certain point, it's like, okay, writing's on the wall. Like, let's shake this off, get in the headspace for the next round.
All right, and so with that, I'm right over to Lee's match, guys. Looks like Lee is doing well here. I'm seeing 3 prize cards left to take from his side. I'm seeing a lot of prize cards left over on the other side. Board state, we do have Reggie Drago. Looks like it's been swinging in. I see a heavily damaged Drudigon on the bench, but also a Reshiram with an energy attached. So, Lee would be fully content, I believe, to swing with the Reshiram, knowing that it doesn't knock out most of the Hitmon problems. Lee looks like he's in a pretty good spot right now.
Yep. That's a fun way to put it. Also worth noting, the Ting Lu gets rid of the Lost City before.
Yeah, so that's what we're letting them know. So, hey guys, the Drudigon is in the discard. The Lost City goes away before the KO happens.
Hey,
no, it's so Lost City. It does, yeah. So hold on. So,
yep, it's because the
effect of the
attack effect resolves before knockout is checked.
And that's super helpful for Lee, right? Because now he gets to keep his best revenge attacker in play. Yep. Not in play, of course, but in play in this game. It's not gone.
Still knocked out. Yeah. It's still having to get back into it, but
so
being able to get back into it is big.
So to explain that ruling, because we had to have a discussion about it. So Ting Lu's Ground Crasher, the way it's worded, you do 30, you discard a stadium, you do 30 to everything else. So stadiums like Silent Lab still stay in play until the resolution of the effect. So Silent Lab would still allow damage to happen and then get discarded. However, KO is a check status that happens after the attack resolves. Therefore, Lost City would go away, then a KO would occur, and the replacement effect no longer exists. So that's why it happens that way.
Yep.
I take it you've had that happen to you, Chucky?
Yeah, I've played a little Ting Lu in my day. So we've had these conversations.
Had a lot of these conversations where it's like, that'd be a great card if only it didn't get rid of it before it procced.
Yeah, to be fair, that's probably the one thing that, as far as interactions go, that doesn't make Ting Lu insane, because if being able to take multi KOs and Lost City on those would be absolutely insane. However, if you're greedy enough, you can do it as long as you run Palisand, right? Because you could always Ting Lu and then later set up the Lost City Palisand to finish off guys. So it is possible, but you just have to be hyper aware of it and know that there are situations where you probably will get rid of your own Lost City just to get the damage spread. But yeah.
Yeah, and Palisand it's greedy in the sense that you're having to put more space into the deck for it, but also if you aren't able to get into the Palisand and you're stuck with the Sandygast, like say an active, you're stuck for a bit. It's got a very high retreat. Its attack is just okay.
Focus Sash.
There's
a card.
Yeah, Focus Sash, cool. So for those that don't know, that it's a tool that whenever a Pokemon would be knocked out, I can't remember if it's from full health or not.
Specifically fighting Pokemon as well.
Yep, from full health. From full health.
Yeah, so from full health, if a fighting Pokemon were to be knocked out, it goes to 10 HP instead, and the tool is discarded. So huge, because that allows Ting Lu to just stay and continue to apply pressure. And I mean, again, this Ting Lu's scary. Like, spread can be scary for Dragon, because if you get to do it 3 or 4 times, like, that's a sweep, right? Well, I guess 5 total, right?
Yeah, and this would be the perfect time for Lee Hoffman to run a card like Agatha to be able to move damage counters off of his active to the opponent's active. Probably the best card in Gym Leader Challenge, Agatha. You'll probably see it in every deck.
I was thinking Arvin for Picnic Basket, but yeah.
Oh yeah, heal all of his cards and the opponent's card.
Yeah, because you're just taking KOs anyway.
Yeah, it's friendly. It's within the spirit of the game to heal everyone's Pokemon.
That's right. If you remember, shout out to Picnic Basket. In the old standard, I can't even remember the deck the opponent was playing, but they were dependent on damage counters to be on their own things. And they made some comment about, like, there not being anything in the format that could stop what was happening. So I said, well, watch this. And I Arvin for Picnic Basket.
Yep.
And played Picnic Basket, and they scooped and left the store.
Yep.
It's a great little tech. Yeah.
Gosh, and speaking of scoop, we see all that damage from the last turn that was on the Ting Lu get nullified there from...
And he just hit the maxis to put Team Rocket's Tyranitar on the bench and draw 5.
Oh, jeez.
That is huge.
One would call that a hidden ball trick.
All right, and so we're going to see
I don't know if we can
Tyranitar
say that
come
on
to the
YouTube.
active. And Tyranitar is going to deal damage to all of Lee's basics. This was the card that worried me in the last matchup, guys, when I saw Lee in the state, in that matchup that he was in. This Team Rocket's Tyranitar is going to put 1 damage counter on every basic Pokemon on Lee's side of the board during Pokemon check. Two during Pokemon checkup.
Yeah.
2. And so it's 2 going into Lee's turn, and it's 2 coming out of Lee's turn.
And because it's happening on Pokemon checkup, Raihan and teammates don't do anything.
Right.
That's right.
It doesn't count.
More importantly, revenge doesn't happen, so Druddigan can't take KOs either.
Right.
Yep.
That's
It is an extremely unfortunate thing when you're playing a comeback deck like Dragobox. Well, the Hex would save him for 1 turn if he were to play that, but and he has the energy. He's doing 160.
Yeah, so it's short of the knockout.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, because of Cape.
Prize Disruption here has been the name of the game that we've seen be effective so far.
I'm going to take a look at this list.
Yeah, that is a goofy list. He doesn't run any of the pre-evolutions for the Tyranitar. It's just maxis.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Just banking on the fact.
Yeah, he's just straight up like removing his hand, battle compressor for it, get it in there. He's also running the Carbink to find 2 item cards. That card's like pretty cool. Oh, he's running the Archeops. Okay, so we're running Chops.
Yeah.
Pitar. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is a sick little list.
It is wild.
Which it makes sense that he's not running the chops right now, right? There's no evolution, so there's no need to even put any effort into that.
Yeah, if I remember when I was checking back over, I thought he was playing Psychic. Whenever I looked over to see his match with Lonnie around 1, I didn't realize, but I remember Lonnie saying something as they were in there about something about I can't evolve. So I didn't know what that meant. I had no context for it. Now I think I do. He may have had chops on board, so it may have been a situation like that. Keeping Psychic in check.
which is that's just disgusting. That's so goofy because you can have that Archeops and the T-Tar where they can't evolve, and you're just sitting that in the active, watching them lose all their health.
Dude, and this is
Yeah.
so close here because Lee's going to be able to take this knockout now. So now
Yep.
we have to establish something else because
Yeah.
the Reshiram is not going to get KO'd immediately coming into this next turn for David. There's no way unless David gusts it up to take a knockout on it. And if he does that, he's not addressing the Drago. Now, David can take 2 from knocking out the Drago, but that's still a ways away too. Could remove the cape as well, and it would be knocked out instantly. But we'll see what route David chooses to take now, because Lee's rushing towards a win. It's going to be on David to try to kind of stop him.
Yep, and he's mysterious treasuring away the float stone. He already has tools on both of his Pokemon, so it's just going to sit there otherwise.
Yeah, and we're just trying to draw some additional cards with this Drago, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's failing the search. I'm pretty sure the rest of his Pokemon are in discard still.
Yeah, I think so too, Evan. Haven't
So
seen
it's really-
haven't seen Drampa yet, so Drampa could be prized. Could be a world
Yeah.
where we're looking at that. I mean, we didn't come into the game. We came in a little bit later, but I don't think we've seen Drampa just yet. And Lee's going to Dragon Horde for 3 here. Hit anything useful. See a Guzma, see a Rescue Stretcher.
Gee. Well, the stretcher's good. It's just, does he also have an energy to like keep the momentum going?
I mean, yeah, but do you really think he needs it, Evan, right now? I mean, we're looking at a spot where you have energy on both of these Pokemon. The Reshiram is just one attach away. Yeah, energy retrieval. There we go. I mean, that's perfect.
Yep, there we go. Because it's like you want to be like future proofing yourself,
Yes,
right? So
yes,
like
sir.
having that energy is big, especially if
And I bet we see a water
if there's a
attached
field
to
blower
the
the next
Dredigan
turn.
here, I would think.
Yep.
Commit the water, hold the fire for your Turboblaze next turn, so you can get an additional energy into play then. Just off of like a Clara possibly, or even having another energy draw next turn. And that's a big knockout for Lee, I think, guys.
Yeah.
Only
Just being able to even set up another basic is huge.
Yeah, only letting the Tyranitar kind of sit on the board for 2 turns, right? So yes, damage
Yep.
did rack up, but it was only 2 turns of which, when Lee
Yep.
was able to remove that threat. So Maxie's did
Now
all
that
for
Palisand is gonna hurt. Teammates field blower, that's bad. That's bad.
Oh yeah, here we go. So that is actually pretty rough here because we're gonna see.
Unless field surprised.
Yeah, could be.
There is a reality, or they could have used it. As you said, we did hop in late on this one.
Yeah.
And that deck is pretty thin, it looks like, guys, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
the deck that I'm seeing picked up. Discard pile is huge at this point. About 7 minutes, give or take, left in the round. Like I said, we're probably a couple over in terms of our time, so probably around 5.
They're not running field blower.
Oh, no field blower in the list. Okay.
They're not running
Yeah.
field blower.
So that is actually massive for Lee then. That means that this Drago probably survives this turn and can continue to march on. And if the Drago's not addressed, then, oh gosh, guys, I don't think there's a route for David at that point.
Yeah. It looks like he just got too many things that he's kind of focused tech on. I have a question though. I'm curious because I don't know the answer to this.
Shoot.
Can you evolve a stage 1 into a stage 1?
I think technically yes. The issue is like it doesn't become a stage 2 if the wording on the other card is still a stage 1.
Right. So he's running the Archon that's a stage 1 and the
Yep.
Archeops that's a stage 1. So can you evolve that Archeops onto that?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so because what I was trying to
It's
figure out is he's not running the plume fossil. He's just running, I think, ball trick, and then maybe the arch is just another out to
yep,
get that down. Maybe.
yep.
Um,
So the big issue is you cannot rare candy into that Archeops.
exactly. You can't
Yep,
rare candy from identified fossil. Exactly.
yep. So like you can like play the Archon and that's fine and you can evolve into it, but it still counts as a stage 1 Pokemon even though it is on top of 2 other like things in the sense of the
It's a crazy ruling. That's very
yeah,
interesting because we know Primal Turbo Archeops, which wreaked havoc on the format for so long. That was a rare candyable play that was made all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this Archeops being a stage 1, as you're mentioning,
they
And
also aren't running the fossil.
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. They're not running the fossil,
Yeah.
so he's relying on the ball trick, and I guess like just
Yeah.
having 2 routes to get it, maybe. But
Yeah, that way
it's
if
kind
it's
of odd.
prized, you can still kind of get into it.
Exactly, I guess. Yeah. That's what is kind of interesting about it. But yeah, uh,
He does have the Devo TM, so like he could get a lot of decks stuck with just like getting into it later and then Devo TM.
mhm.
but I
I think
think
that's honestly the way to play it.
what you guys
Yeah.
mentioned is like all the text. It's like ends up being a little too much, and you are pushing the deck in certain ways and asking it to do certain things that it's just not capable of game in and game out, right?
Especially trying to keep up with basic dragons, like whether it's, Drago Box, Drago Stop, um, it's just fast.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
GLC is kind of like a train wreck of consistency versus style, right? Like there are all these
yeah,
like things that are synergistic and all these techs you can plan for, but if you can't properly set up or consistently like get the cards you need, it doesn't matter. Um, and that's just the format always competing with itself, I think. It sounds like they're just kind of talking through like the what ifs or if there's a way he can do the other damage to maybe finish the game. But unfortunately, I think that there's not a way he can take all the KOs he needs to. Right, like no matter what, he's kind of checkmated where Drudigan's going to take the revenge KO.
yeah. Not having Field Blower is very rough right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's looking like this. Well, yep,
That would be game. Yep.
yep.
There's this one. So funny enough, he's actually talking. I'm assuming that maybe David plays is like borrowing the list or something, but he's like maybe there is no field blower. So he's like not even realizing that field blower is just not in his list at all. And it's one of those things, you build a list or you borrow a list, maybe you don't realize all of the cards that are
Yep.
missing. I think an easy switch, for instance, this deck is running Lily's Pokédoll and Robo Substitute. I feel like you really don't need both of those. I get like the hit and run idea, but
Yeah, on the
when you're hit,
fossil.
yeah, like you can run the fossil, you can run field blower there. Um, but yeah, and also like if you run the fossil, then easy enough, you just play the other Archon and you play the compressor to set up the Archon to then plume fossil into it, right? Um, but yeah,
I mean, you could even run Plume Fossil and
the other fun.
yeah, unidentified for this Archon.
Yeah,
As just like a hey, maybe I cheese into it, cool. Or you could like Marnie or Iono it down the Archon and then be like, oh, look at what I grabbed, bam, I have an Archon on bench now.
hey, how does that work? I was curious. I got to read plume fossil again. Bottom 7. So yeah,
Yep,
you can still play plume fossil off the one that technically doesn't say it's restored, right? So yeah,
correct.
yeah, so it does give you more outs to run it.
Yep, because you can run like Kofu. I know people don't like Kofu. You know, you can run Kofu, you can run Iono, Marnie, all these different ways to try and get Archon onto the bottom of your deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then just hope you get into the plume or You can even do like weird top deck stacking stuff to put the plume on top before you Marnie the Archon, but then it's like starts getting convoluted, and
Right.
that's where it's like teching versus consistency for one evolution when you're already trying to make it so you can max these consistently.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna jump over. We have 3 games that look like they're still in time, so I'm gonna let everyone know that they're in turn 0. I'll be back.
Yep. Yeah, very interesting list though. It's always good to see something different, because if it got stagnant with GLC, that would be unfortunate. But people always show up with very fun, different like tech cards.
Yep.
And it's whether they're new, whether they're a seasoned vet, and they're like, I'm gonna put this Pokemon in. Like, you never know like what tech card could make a deck completely different. Like the other day I played against a Hydro Pump list that was running the Cramorant that for 3 colorless does, I believe, 110 snipe to one of your opponent's Pokemon, which not even close to on my radar. So like I didn't have bench barrier up, I'm thinking, oh yeah, they're just doing this beat stick water deck. Like, okay, cool.
Right.
And then they just keep knocking my support Pokemon, and I'm like, oh, I don't get to play as much now. Very cool. All right. Now I got to think about this Cramorant for the rest of my life.
So we are going to have a little bit of an oddball here, Evan, unless table 1 did come to a natural kind of conclusion there. We're going to have 3 players at 2-0. So somebody looks like they will probably get down paired here, and that could make all the difference in 4-0 versus 3-1, 3-1-1, something like that. Any oddities can take place now that there is a tie in the mix at the top table. We'll see what that resolves to be. And while we are getting ready to get set up here for the kind of back half of the tournament, perfect time to give our sponsors over at Collectors Connection another shout out. Collectors Connection is an awesome card store and game store located in Duluth, Minnesota, and they are responsible for taking care of the boys over here at Turboblaze. We are big fans of theirs and everything that they're doing. You can check out their website at collectorsconnectionduluth.com. They are hosting tons of events, nightly events, weekly events for Pokemon, Magic, all your trading card games that you love and enjoy. And if you are in the Minnesota area, the Duluth area, you should definitely give them a check out. I know Evan is one of the locals for there, so he can speak on the actual landscape of their scene. I know that they have a great gym leader challenge scene. Evan is won the league over
it's
there.
Got a cool ebb and flow for sure. We're in a college town here, so there's a lot of like new players and players that are kind of like working their way through like school. So like between people having like their favorite decks and people trying new stuff, it's like this constant changing meta of like, okay, who's doing what today? And there's a lot of cool learning opportunities, a lot of cool judging opportunities as well. Just like having to help with like different card interactions when things get weird.
Absolutely. And the more that gets printed, I imagine it gets kind of tougher, right? Like all these cards that weren't meant to interact with each other, now interacting with each other because of Gym Leader Challenge. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's always fun when a player like calls judge and they're like, we don't know, you tell us. And it's like, okay, this this is a good one. And trying to think of what the most recent like goofy judge call was. I know I was being asked about like if Lily's Pokédoll counts as like a Pokemon for say Raihan or like teammates, and like it is an item card, but it does count as a
It
Pokemon.
does. Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
And when you get new players in, like teaching things like the tool errata that, all tool cards are now just tool cards. There's no item label on tool cards anymore. And
Right.
then having people be like, but it says item, and it's like, yep. Like having the vast card pool that we do also creates some interesting, hey, is this allowed? Like can they play Floatstone under Itchy Pollen item lock? And it's like they can.
Yeah.
Um,
So we
because like
do
in the before
see that
times.
top table get reset. Sorry to cut you off there, Evan. We do see that
Oh,
top
you
table get reset. So we do have a clean 4-2-0 now. As Stick Figure does take down Fireball at the top there, moving them to 2-0 as well.
Oh, we have 5-2-0s actually. We had a pair down.
So Georgie.
And,
Okay.
and Georgie's on Ursaluna control.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he managed to get that win in time as well. So we've got, I think it's 2 psychic decks, colorless, dragon, and then I don't know what Mickey's playing tonight. I didn't see.
Fighting.
Okay, so fighting. So that's
yeah.
what we got left. All right, I'm curious to see how this is going to go. But yeah.
And we know we're hanging out with Lee now for a little bit, guys. So the Drago Box deck, we will see if it can pull through on the knot, as we see that Lee does get paired into Stick on table 1. So that's where we will head.
Poor Count. He's our week 1 winner with Dragon, and
Yeah.
now he's committed to getting the medal to win. And he's just had some rough beats these last 2 weeks. He's gonna figure it out one day.
Okay, Latios Iron Boulder with Shtick. Pretty straightforward psychic list.
And we will get you guys out to the tables as soon as Lee gets in and gets set up. In the meantime, I'll just kind of leave the standings up for now as a placeholder. It's become kind of a nice little filler for me while I am able to kind of construct these boards, these tables rather, from scratch. As we've seen tonight, some people have a little bit better angles than other. Looks like we're going to have a good one for this one. I can see that Shtick's got a very good, setup here. So as soon as we get Lee in here, we will get rolling. So we do see we got Stick and Lee on this table. We've got Cap'n and Georgie on table 2. So Cap'n we just saw take down Spence to move to 2-0. So they will be playing against that colorless control deck. I'd be interested to see how that one turns out. I could see Georgie, executing the game plan. It's become, like I said, quite the menace, this Ursaluna deck, over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and it's looking like Mickey, the 5th 2-0 player, did get paired down against Safety Sam, who we saw earlier in the night. So that's looking to be fighting spread versus that low-cost water that we witnessed earlier in the stream here. Could be a very interesting matchup with the Manaphy and Fione kind of controlling that. Very, very straightforward psychic list from Shtick Figure here.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? The Kukui. I like the Kukui.
A little spicy, huh?
Yeah, being able to hit 200 with the Latios or 190 with Boulder, and that's before, say Muscle Band. So being able to hit 220 with Latios, that could be big. I don't know how much any of that will necessarily be needed against the Dragon matchup. Maybe just if trying to swing with like the Giratina, being able to hit that extra damage for knockouts against things with health modifiers.
Yeah, we do see that Giratina start for Shtick over on the right side. Looks like they are opening us up with a Fog Crystal. So we will see a good deck check from Shtick on this first turn of the game, getting us kicked off. And they will be able to search their deck for a basic Psychic Pokemon or Psychic Energy and put that card into their hand. We do know that fighting, as we have been mentioning for basically the last couple of hours, that fighting just is getting stronger with the Mega Evolution set. Fighting is getting its own Fog Crystal in the form of Fight Gong.
Fight Gong.
Ding, ding. I didn't hear no bell.
Also getting Fight Milk.
Fight Milk.
Otherwise known as Premium Power Pro for those who are actually wondering.
Yeah, nobody wants to call it Triple P. We already got PP up. We don't need any more P.
I don't need N's PP up. I don't need Premium Power Pro. I need the Fight Milk.
Yeah, it's made by fighting players for fighting players.
And ghouls.
And ghouls. That's chaotic as well.
No, that's not made by ghouls. And be like, I hate you guys.
He's like, I just want to play my grass. I just want to play. Oh, too funny.
Yeah. Goes to put Turfield down, sees the chaotic swell, goes, I see.
So we do have a little bit of respect from Shtick in terms of their basic Pokemon. We do see a Ralts with 70 HP come down into the active over, a 60 HP Inkay or anything of that sort. But not much else from Shtick on that first turn. Like I said, there's a lot of respect with this Dragon deck because, Reshiram can accelerate energies and make things pop off as early as turn 1. So Shtick, getting another basic into play there. No energy drop, though. So tells me no energy in hand.
Also worth noting, Shtick does not have any form of bench barrier.
So that's big news here.
Yeah. So if, the Crispin. Okay. Yeah. So Crispin's there. We just saw that DDE is in deck, though.
Yeah.
Because, Crispin DDE would be knockout on the Ralts right now.
Yes. I was actually thinking that in my head as like, this blows it up. And then he just reveals both on top. It's like, we were so close, boys.
It is worth noting, he does have Patch in hand as well, Turbo Patch.
Oh, what's that card do? Could you tell me?
So if you have an energy in discard, you can flip a coin using that item, and if you get heads, you get to attach it to, I believe, one of your benched Pokemon. It might be specific to basic, or I might be thinking of sticker here.
Nope, it's basic. Yeah, Turbo Patch is that's why I wanted you to bring it up. So that one's different from some of the others. So unique in this deck is where we run Elixir and other things that allow you to accelerate energy to the bench, but Turbo Patch for a coin flip allows you to just put it on anything. So that does open up the ability to get 3 basic in one turn with Crispin. Curious if he has it, but he doesn't have the energy in the discard, right?
Yeah, and he does have bicycle in hand, but I don't think he has a way to hand thin just yet.
Right. We're just missing those things to discard. He is running Red's Challenge, by the way. One of my my pet cards. I'm all
Yep,
about Red's Challenge.
that
Um,
card has gotten too expensive for me.
yeah, he's not only is he running that, he's also running the Peony. So he's running both, which is
Yep.
wild.
Yeah, Peony is one of my favorites. Just such a goofball character in the games, and
Oh my
just a strong
goodness,
card.
guys! The first supporter played from Shtick is Kukui.
Not
Oh
good.
my
Ooh,
goodness, this is not good. Um, so Lee gets
yeah,
double
because
energy down, and then Shtick is sitting on a huge stack of cards that not helping him.
if there's any way that Lee can get into Lost City right now,
Yeah.
getting rid of that Ralts would be catastrophic.
Yep.
Yes, agreed.
Um,
I mean, you see Mysterious Treasure coming out here, so I mean, Mysterious Treasure could evolve that Ralts into a Curlia, but even still, it's just one more
yeah,
energy
it's still getting
attachment away.
knocked. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lee can put the
even without
water.
the energy
Yeah, that's
attach.
what I'm saying. Lee can put the
Yeah,
water. You can attach somewhere else and still be able to take knock on a Curlia. Even.
yep.
My bad, Evan, on that.
Oh no, no, you're good. You're good. It's seeing the Kukui. That's just shocking. Like, I mean, it is draw. Like,
Sure. And
you
it
know,
did
it's
get them into like
better
a
than not draw.
Curlia.
Yep.
And Boulder, right? Like they ended up getting to enough things. Like
Yeah.
they're not just totally out of this game, but
Right.
it's still not looking great. There's a
Ooh.
Natu.
That Giratina is stuck though, as far as we can tell based on the
Yes.
hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're Lee, you are not going to attack into it until the moment that your opponent presents it as a threat.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So this Curlia, I imagine this turn is gone off the board. And then
Yep.
next turn, if Lee has to, we'll snap the Natu or Zatu at that point.
Yeah.
Tina being started here is rough, guys, without seeing an energy drop the first two turns now. And we've seen so many cards from Stick's side.
Ooh, what's
Yeah, and there's no float stone in Shtick's list. It's
Oh my
only
goodness.
Guzma that could get out or escape rope.
what's going on there?
Water energy attached to Lee's Drudagon.
He doesn't need to attach to active to knock Curlia right now.
Curlia.
Oh,
yeah.
he did do 60. You're right. Okay,
Yeah.
Yep.
David had it covered. I've forgotten. Yeah, never mind. You're
Yep.
fine.
Yeah,
Yep, because he sniped turn 1 off the Crispin, so he did have the damage counters down, so he's good there.
Yeah,
and
so,
Lee,
yeah.
notably, also, guys, didn't elect to play any cards down there. I mean, we don't know that he had cards to play down, but we're playing against Iron Boulder in a world where Lee knows exactly what is needed for hand matching stakes.
Yep.
And so Lee elected to just attach the energy, do the bare minimum, and keep his hand at a pretty high number. Now, Shtick has amassed some cards over the last couple of turns, but now with
He
no
does have
Curlia,
teammates, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
So teammates can be helpful.
Got an
So he's
update
gonna
on
put-
matches. Mickey has taken the win, so he is now 3-0.
Quick.
So we
That
have
was quick.
yeah. So we have potential for 3-3-0s going into round 4.
Interesting.
Might be the first night that 2 badges are awarded. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But sorry, what were you
5-2-0s
saying?
tonight. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we've been in situations where we've had more players, but I think tonight we've had more people finish games as opposed to some natural ties.
Right.
I think some of that comes to people just getting more acclimated to the speed that they have to play because of the one turn change. So that's good,
you gotta start ripping. And I mean, even with like adjusted times, if you aren't like fitting within that time, once time's called, that's it.
Right.
You know, like you finish your turn and then hope.
Yeah, and Shtick here taking quite a bit on this deck search. So Makes me think that this is like a
Well,
grueling decision here off of this
it has to be
search.
escape rope because again, there's no float stone in the list.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Evan. Or at some point. So now we're just going to go get more board establishment. We're going to get Ralts and Inkay out. This is just screaming not great, though, guys, because now Lee doesn't have to commit anything else. You stop the Inkay. Like,
Yep. And this is where not having bench barrier, like this exact scenario shows where
Yep.
bench barrier just cripples you. Like we are in a
absolutely.
spot where Bolt could sweep the game, right?
Right.
Yep. And even if it doesn't sweep with its first life in like being in play, if Lee's looking at the list, he's probably seeing no float. So if they use escape to get out, they only have Guzma as an option after that. So if he's able to use his Guzma to get the Giratina back up, they're stuck again.
Yeah, and what's going to be
And he can
fun
just keep
is,
swinging on bench.
like, now that Stick's committed one energy to this Giratina, now Lee's like, all right, commit another one to it next turn. I'll just knock it out next turn. It's like, puts him in a real tough position here.
So the only thing there is he does have to be mindful of D Valley, right? I'm
Yeah.
assuming he's running
Sure.
D Valley, so like you have
Sure.
to play around energy D Valley suddenly taking a KO.
Yeah, you just watched your opponent play teammates out of hand, though, so the outs to a D Valley are fewer and fewer.
Right. Yeah, you would have to kind of assume it's in hand if it's there, and he's just not trying to
Yeah.
he's kind of like sandbagging it. So
there's no Goose Hala, there's no tag call. So it's just Chorus Tenacity. Chorus Tenacity and draw.
What's the HP on the Natu?
50.
Oh, so it's under the threshold too. Yeah, so Spence chiming in chat. You can actually take that away this turn, and I think that is the call. Take away the extra draw ability on
he's been and stuff. Okay.
Pitch the whole hand.
You know what?
Yeah.
He said, you're not going to match me.
You know what? This might be the play where he goes for the lost zone, lost city, and then you just lost city to Natu, and like you just start picking away their ability to have support, right?
Yep.
I could definitely see that. The only unfortunate part is he had to bend the bicycle here, so he's not going to be able to draw 4 back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're probably better off getting
at least
maybe
some kind of follow-up supporter, right?
Exactly, like some type of draw support to play the following turn, and then it's a matter of
having to bend the bicycle is very rough here, actually. Like he's still in a great spot, but
see, we're opting for Avery, which is going to be a great follow-up next turn.
I almost don't know what the next card is. So bag.
Luxurious Cape.
Yeah.
So you cape. You grab Cape, so then Cape now makes it so that it doesn't matter if he plays D Valley. He has to have D Valley plus Field Blower, and because he burned the teammates, he kind of just knows what happened. So.
Going to go down to one single card in hand if he elects to play down both of these tools. He could keep the Muscle Band, but I mean, that's just even further that Stick has to go down if he wants to hand match. I know that I keep bringing up that as being a factor here because Iron Boulder is on the bench, and so if there were an escape rope play and Iron Boulder were to come up into the active in D Valley, there's ways that thing can get in next turn too. Lee playing around all of that beautifully here. Like I said, going ahead and keeping that extra tool in hand. Felt no need to expend that resource at this point.
Like he's just trying to make the choice as to what he has to knock this turn.
I think it's the Natu. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That extra energy acceleration down.
Extra draw as well. Kind of like Spence had mentioned in the chat. Just kind of a better option. I didn't know if the Xatu or the Natu could get out of range, but it's good seeing that.
Ooh, town map. Oh, that's rough.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I had to step away for a second. So I feel like that meme from Community where I come back in with the pizza and everything's on fire.
Yeah.
Oh God, what happened?
Oh man. Yeah, so that pricing is very rough with the field blower there and the counter energy at this point.
I mean, Lee looks like a, a I don't know, like a Nostradamus, right? Like he's like, oh yeah, I'll put this cape down because I know you don't have an answer.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then on top of that, like he has Avery in hand at the ready
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that Shtick doesn't get caught up.
Yep.
Right. And they're just talking too about how it doesn't even matter that like you can't even like rely on mimic you to copycat
Yep.
because copycats like
Only
again
doing
Cake
60.
was just blowing it up. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. He's like,
Yeah.
you can't copycat at the 60, even if he takes the 130 knockout at some point with to take care of the Tina. It doesn't matter because he's got the cape on, and there's no way to get rid
Yeah.
of that cape. It's huge. It's absolutely huge.
Yeah, and if we're not seeing the return this turn, then I would imagine that this is the turn where you would go ahead and knock out the active. Like, don't overthink it. Chase the energy investment. Right?
To go after the Malamar. Attach one Malamar hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Because like then they still have to attach to Giratina to swing from hand.
and then it takes another turn still to
Yeah.
knock this thing out. Yeah, I could see that, Evan.
I mean, so like okay, so hear me out. Like as much as the Malamar like is accelerating,
Yeah.
at the same time, like how does he get back into this game? Like his way of getting back into the game is by trying to reestablish that Ralts, right?
Yeah.
So, it's Boulder and Hope.
I feel like I would rather extend into taking care of the Ralts just because it just makes it that much harder given how much recovery is already down. Like the Malamar just doesn't matter if he doesn't have the draw or the buddy catch.
It's crazy how many lines though that are open here just based on that first attack on the Raging Bolt, right? And no bench barrier. We've mentioned that here previously in a type that has it available to it. I've said it before. I think that it's just wrong in this day and time.
There's the Avery.
Yeah, I just don't get yeah, that's kind of a weird line of thinking. I wonder why he went for the ball search for the Mew, knowing that he has the Avery.
Yeah.
Just a deck then, I'm assuming, trying to get into the stadium sooner.
I suppose, yeah, that would be.
It's wasted resources to me, though, like you said, Chucky.
Yeah.
We're just down, and not to mention too, like even if he didn't have the Avery, let's say different options in hand, it's like you're just giving him another card that he can blast off the board, right? Like
yeah,
he doesn't
even
even need
Avery anyway, right?
Yeah, like the way you're trying to, if you can't at least KO the Bolt, what you want to do is at least make it harder for the Bolt to take KOs. So just allowing him to attach that energy anywhere else and giving him free prizes is just not the way to do it. But again, Avery was there, so it didn't matter.
Okay. Silent Lab, so Giratina can't come back. That's gross.
Are we going to swing into it, you think, after seeing that line? Yeah.
I mean, getting the Silent Lab means he can't just get it right back. Like, he can't bench it again and Malamar to it.
Right.
It's stuck there as long as Lab is in play.
I'm not gonna lie, though. Go ahead, Logan.
I mean, it's going to force some kind of retreat tool here again out of Shtick or another energy attachment to retreat. So you're staying ahead because Malamar can accelerate to Boulder in the active.
Correct, yeah. So it's like either Escape Rope or Guzma and having the hand match at 5.
And he had one card. Shtick had one card in hand. Drew off the top. Malamar passed.
Yeah, there's like another.
Yeah.
That's why I like taking out. That's why I liked in that turn going ahead and taking out the attacking Pokemon. Because Shtick had a one card hand. It's like, what is he really hurting me with out of that one card, right? At worst, an energy would have been like one of the worst
Oh,
things.
the boss on the Malamar.
Oh, and then
Okay.
yeah, now we're gonna swing around it.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, this bolt is just soloing, boys.
Because he can just attach to bolt.
Doesn't even
Or
have
no,
to
he doesn't
attach the
even need
bolt.
to. He can just
Yeah.
swing on routes on bench.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Our boy Lee Hoffman marching to a convincing victory here. It looks like. Yeah, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but
Yeah, it's not looking great.
Yeah. Because he can't get into field blower right now. Like physically cannot. Even if Shtick was running Gladian can't affect face-up prizes.
Yeah.
So it's that's that. Like,
is he still sitting on an energy search in deck in hand, like a Chorus or Goosala?
I'm not sure.
Did
So you extend and take this boulder 100%.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. The DDE just ends the game.
Volk for escape rope.
Oh yeah, Volk would do it.
Yeah.
Arvin for
Volk
escape
or
rope.
Arvin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Volk for rope, and he already has muscle band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Had
so
muscle band from the get-go.
Yep.
Let's see if he sees
he
the
has
slime.
Yep.
Yep, there's the rope.
Rope and an energy.
And we don't have a lightning energy available.
Oh yeah, he's got them
because
all
we've got them
attached.
both committed. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sometimes Volkner for rope is enough, right? You already got the keys to the castle already.
Yeah, and then he's got band in hand. And then all they have is Malamar.
What a game by Lee. This has like been perfectly mapped out. The correct targets selected. Like that's the big deal. When you have the ability to stop anyone on your opponent's board, you got to pick right. Like, that's one thing to be said for sure. Because one wrong decision there in terms of targeting, and it can open the floodgates.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think this also is like just showing for how powerful Dragonbox is too.
Yeah.
Into arguably the best overall type in the format.
Absolutely.
Like this is a big reason why Psychic is not just casting a massive shadow over the format itself, because Dragon keeps it in check. And for those that don't like Psychic, you're welcome. This is all as a Turboblaze.
Is Lee gonna field blower? Is Lee about to field blower his muscle band so that he can Dragonium this poor Malamar?
Oh,
I think he is, bro.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, he's just swinging.
Yeah.
He
just letting us know that he
it.
could have. Yeah.
He's like, well, I could do a few hundred damage for funsies.
Disrespect. Well, that was a quick game in terms
Very
of
clean sweep.
overall time. Still have about 18 and a half minutes left, guys. Do you have any tables that we want to jump to? Anything that's like piquing your interest? We want to go to the other undefeated table?
Yeah, Cappen's got a good deck, so
okay,
that looks fun.
We will hop there then and check out table 2. Oh yeah, and I love this playmat from the colorless control side as well. I freaking love it. What is it?
You love colorless control?
No. I love this playmat. I love these blueprint style playmats. I remember Jeffrey back in the day going all the way back. And if I'm right, oh my goodness, that is a ray gun playmat. Oh my goodness, my heart. I will be reaching out to this player immediately following the games tonight.
Yeah, Georgie's always got cool playmats.
Yeah, that is another one of my huge hobbies is Call of Duty Zombies. So we know from having watched this colorless control deck over the last couple of weeks that it is not trying to necessarily win by taking 6 prize cards. This is a slower burn. They are trying to run their opponent out of resources and then cards in deck.
Looking like there's a lot of cards in deck right now with that that deck search there for the, looks like Parallel City and just a basic Psychic. Okay, so the top deck Oranguru and Bunnelby are gone. Which they're more kind of just like self-control things. And they're basics, so it's easy enough to get them back.
Sure.
Looks like we had a take backseat on the energy attached there.
Yeah, it looks like he illegally did the play onto an active and sent to the bench with Malamar.
Yep. That would do it.
Yeah, that Clefairy doll or Pokey doll, man. Tonight's all been all about prize now, right?
It has.
Everyone's like, no, you're not taking prizes one way or the other.
Another very interesting thing, that Gothitelle, that really messes up the Ursaluna control, because whatever Ursaluna's trying to grab back to hand, it's not there anymore.
Right.
Like, it could be off of your, shuffle draw 3 from that ability, but
well, and like the line that I've taken in a lot of games I've played, I even tried this last week when I played against this deck round 3, was you wait for the right time when they've set a very large hand, they've milled themselves, and you just Iono at the right time, right? Or Marnie at the right time. So you basically just lock them into very few cards. Most of what they had for pieces are at the bottom, and again, you are just waiting for some type of hope that they don't see the other pieces they need, but it can happen. But yeah, doing that constantly to disrupt is really annoying for the deck, right? You just take away, like, that deck relies on keeping its hand and the pieces that it needs to build a large hand and do whatever it wants. So yeah, I can see that Gothitelle being very annoying for the deck. I feel like what he is missing, Captain, that is he's playing, some cards like Fez that kind of have these cute abilities, but what he's missing is a way to deal with that bench. Like, if he had Articuno instead, Kuno would just be rolling this deck right now, right?
Yeah, possibly Articuno. Honestly, like, that Gothitelle opens up a lot of very interesting options. Because you could go like Lake Trio for just like very easy to like rotate low cost attackers. Because like no matter what, you're making it so your opponent doesn't have what they're expecting to have if they're like building stuff up. You're making it so they're always stuck at 3 cards at the start of every turn. And like the Gothitelle attacks for cheap, the Iron Boulder attacks for cheap. Like the Pheasantipity does not attack for cheap. Like, it's 1 cost, but like to do the damage you want to do, you have to have a ton of energy attached.
Right. Yeah. It's just not a very efficient attacker. And again, I think the ability is just cute. Like, players that are using power cards can get around it. Like, again, like, if that card were Articuno right now, especially with that Pokédoll in play, that.
Yeah, and we're going to get to the bottom here pretty soon at this rate. I mean, we're seeing 4 cards every turn, taking 3 of them.
Like, could you imagine a situation, though, where like that Articuno is there and just picking off the bench while the Pokédoll's just stuck there.
Right.
I mean, you would have to keep setting up the Articuno.
Yeah, but I mean,
Just
even like
'cause it's,
one
like,
time and like
discarding?
2 turns,
Yeah.
yeah, and with the Gothitelle just resetting the hand, like you have the time to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just see that being a nightmare situation for the Luna control deck.
And I mean, you can put lilies to the bottom of your deck at any point as long as it's in the active spot. Okay. That looked like a lot of really good cards to possibly have to toss right now.
Yeah,
The ignition is there, so we're most likely looking at... Well, here's the thing, though. You hit that ignition, right? And if you hit tails and your attack doesn't go through,
right.
Which again, it's probably just a Pete Hunt angle as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where the recycle energy is, because we've seen that be such a key part to this machine. Maybe that recycle has not been found out of the prizes quite yet. Oh, we're just going to bulky bump and start taking removal knockouts with Lost City in play. And Parallel is going to have to be removed now, and he's taking a bulky bump. KO. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Definitely some discussion here. Is the knockout go through? Yep.
Okay, so
it's a tails.
He flipped. It was a tails.
Yep. It is going to the loss zone.
Okay.
But now, if he puts up Wob, no airmail. Is this the list that has damage buffs? No.
No, but he's playing. Is he playing Latios? I don't think he's on Latios, right?
No.
So it's literally just hand match on to the Gothitelle in order to take this knockout. But man, if he knocks out the Ursaluna like that,
it's massive.
Wild.
Yeah, with the Lost City, that's that.
Yeah.
The question is he thinking about it, right? Because if he's not realizing it, then that's massive. I don't know how many cards.
Okay, Frillish. You know, the Frillish could mess it up with what like Pete Hunt is trying to grab. Because like none of your items are going to do anything necessarily.
Right.
I do also wonder if the Gothitelle isn't prized.
Yeah, that's a good shout, Evan. Because you see search there for not it.
Yeah, because I mean, there is the Xatu there for drawing, but no energy in hand, presumably. Or just having to...
Malamar's there too, so we could be accelerating. It's just, I wonder if there's just no way to hand match here. I wonder how many cards are in Georgie's hand.
Yeah, because like if there's a way to get into the Gothitelle right now, that's game.
There's Tulip.
Like,
yeah, so that's going to be the big thing is if he can find Gothitelle, and then depending on how many cards he has to reset and try to match 3, or is there a way for him to possibly just get to 7?
We've matched. If we're pushing up this Iron Boulder, I imagine we're matching.
Which is kind of wild, right?
We've seen a lot of cards come out right there from Tulip and draw from Clairvoyant Sense.
I just wonder too, has he...
Whoa, Judge, hang on, stop.
Judge
stop,
and
stop,
Tulip?
Stop.
No. Hey, hold on,
that's
stop.
a Judge call.
Yeah.
That's a game loss, eh?
I'm pretty sure. You Tulip got 3 energies. Yeah. Yep, and that is going to be how that one wraps up. Now,
Yeah, just from that shuffle alone, that's irreversible game state.
yep, tried to catch it. I mean, we tried. As soon as it hit the discard
Yeah,
pile, I was screaming, "Stop, stop!"
yeah,
But yeah, in those scenarios, there's just no, like we say, no takesy backsies from that, right, Evan?
sadly.
Yeah, no way to go back from
Yeah.
a shuffle like that.
Yeah, if it was like a Marnie, like you can theoretically, like if you know how many cards are in hand, like if both players know how many cards are in hand, you could start to run it back, but it's yeah, the second that they did this with their cards,
that was it.
There's no yeah.
You hate to see it, but that is part of the Pokemon TCG. You have to maintain your board state, and it is on the responsibility of you and your opponent to be able to make sure that you are doing such things. Only playing one supporter per turn, only dropping one energy per turn. Everything's got to be mapped out.
Yeah. So unfortunately, like there are certain things you can maybe walk back, you can reset a board state, but when you shuffle your entire hand of unknown cards into your deck when it's illegal, it's really not much you can do. That's a game loss, right? Like
I was really hoping we'd catch it fast enough too, because like the second I saw it go down, like judge, like
it was too late. It was pretty quick to do it.
Yeah.
And he realized he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and they fixed it, or he accepted a loss, and he was like, "That's fine." He actually just told me because I was curious. I was like, "Did you have a way to get to Gothitelle?" Gothitelle's been prized all 3 games tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he's never had a chance to play it, at least not right off the rip like that. So, what we're dealing with. But yeah. The line was definitely there.
Yeah.
I hope they get a chance to watch this back just to see me going, that thing's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll probably reach out to them to be like, hey, why'd you make this? This kind of evil. Why'd you make this?
Why you do this?
We've had some run-ins with Captain over the last couple of weeks. They are definitely a cool person to interact with, so I know they'll be excited to hear that they've been on stream a couple of times tonight. It's a big deal for some of our community members. So
yeah, and they've had some really cool ideas too. Like they're not just playing straightforward decks; they're trying different things. I mean, I'm not going to say that everything that we're seeing is stuff that I would jump out and say format changing, but they're trying different things, which is really cool. I was really impressed with the Fireless, playing the Pyroar. That's a boss. Like that's super cool. In this deck, I'm really interested in the Gothitelle. It's actually a card I was kind of high on when it first got spoiled, and then just we haven't gotten around to it because I don't know. Just there's so many other archetypes that seem exciting right now too. So it's kind of hard to get behind. Oh, Psychic's got something new, but yeah, the Gothitelle is really interesting. It seems like a card that can really cause fits for opponents, right?
Mm-hmm. So just waiting for one more result on table 7.
Very strong.
And table 7 and 4, it looks like both of those games will be finishing up shortly. Got about 3.5 minutes left on the clock for everyone.
Yeah. It looks like table 4 is finished up. Lonnie looks like he got the match 2. So yeah, we're just waiting on 7 according to what I just updated. But
so tonight's a big night for us, guys. We do see that Lee will be representing us in a 3-0 match. So there are some additional things on the line when it gets to this point. If the pairing that we see with Lee, they will be playing for both a badge physically and in the server. I have made up some custom gym leader challenge badges that, if you do meet one of the Blazers at a undefeated record in the final round of a tournament, one of our tournaments, then that could be yours. So all the more reason to get involved with what we've got going on over here. I think that this is one of the coolest tournament, you know, what's not really sure what the word for it is. One of the coolest tournament formats and series. There we go. One of the coolest tournament series going out there in terms of what we're doing, the prizing that we're putting forth, the end of season tournaments, and how we kind of have that laid out. I'm really excited to play in some of these, Elite Four challenges, Victory Road, as we're terming it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, yeah, I think it's just a really cool
yeah,
concept in general. I can just
you
remember
came
ever
up with
since
it,
that.
and you came up
Yeah, I
with it.
mean, since I was a kid, I've always thought it's a fun thing. I can remember still going to the KB Toys and playing base set, and funny enough, actually, like beating like teenagers and adults with Brain Dance, it was a great time. You know how fun it is when you're like 9 or 10 years old and you're just pissing off kids older than you. But nevertheless, I can remember even then thinking with the game, it was like it'd be really cool if there was like people that were like gym leaders, you can go and face them, or you had the Elite Four of Pokemon TCG, and of course, there's like the card game too, right? Like the card game has that, the one for Game Boy. God, I'm showing my age, but yeah, I just think the concept's cool, and I've never heard of it done in physical card games, right? As far as I know, it's never been done. So, or if it has, we're bringing it back. But I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I think that's how Japan determines their Worlds qualifiers for the actual World Championships for standard play. I know that they have an Elite Four that literally it's just the best 4 players from the country. I know that that's like something that they do over there. So, getting in line with some of those style of tournaments and prizing and, recognition is what I'll call it too. Like if you take down this Victory Road, you're gonna definitely be able to say that you did something really incredible.
For sure. Yeah, I think it looked like the other regions have kind of moved on to something similar, but they kind of just got lazy with it and just said it's the top of X number of players with points that just qualify now,
right?
Instead of like something with in line with the themes of the game. Like, could you imagine if that was like World Championship instead of it being a play? Like, what they actually do is decide, okay, top 4 players in the world. Okay, you're the Elite Four, and we're just gonna have the other players play against you in a tournament, and like it's just set in brackets that way. And like that person can become the champion too, but you have to specifically play through those players because they've earned the right to be at the top. That'd be kind of cool, but maybe a little too much effort for the Pokemon Company.
Yeah.
It looks like that last game went to time, so I'm going to jump over real quick and see what's going on there in their game, and I will let you guys know when we're going to start the next round.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man, after seeing the World Championship set up this year for Standard, it makes us only hope that one day Gym Leader Challenge can become that official secondary top format of Pokemon.
Yeah.
I know that, we've all kind of talked about Expanded today in some private conversations, just about, some of the debaucheries that go on in the Expanded format, but that tournament format really isn't supported as much anymore in terms of Pokemon Zaz. Now you go to regionals and the side event tournaments that are being played are all in Gym Leader Challenge format. It's very rare to see an expanded tournament running these days. I know that there are still diehards that love the format, but it's seeming more and more every day, Evan, like Gym Leader Challenge could be taking that next step to being, something more official in Pokemon Zaz. It seems like some of the newer sets even they're printing in with Gym Leader Challenge wholly in mind, in my opinion. I know that this mega set is going to be super impactful for the landscape of GLC.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be just wild. The amount of different things just from the next set, completely ignoring the November set, like fighting getting draw support, psychic getting weirder support in that it's getting like attached from top deck via evolution from the Grumpig, a draw support stadium specifically for Psychic. I'm probably missing another thing, but like
Devolution spray for Psychic Pokemon.
yeah, yep, the locket.
Like we said, Psychic gets all the fun toys, right?
They always get all the cool
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, they're getting a lot.
Pokemon Company International loves the purple guys, for sure. And we see that carry over into Standard too. I mean, Gardevoir EX, is the most dominant deck of the last year, so looks to continue to be that way too, going into the future.
I will say, Dark getting the amount of support that it is the set after.
Yeah.
Kind of just another buff for fighting.
Yeah. This is true.
Like, sure, there's Dark Pokemon that have like the grass weakness because they're like fairy type is hitting them for weakness, and there are some fairy Pokemon that are grass. But yeah, or bug.
Yeah, I think that's more so
Yeah.
what it is. It's like it takes pull from some of that bug inspiration. I know that dark types, more recently have all kind of skewed towards that grass weakness, and it makes me wonder what it is that they think that it caused that really.
Lee Hoffman versus Georgie at table 1 here, starting up.
Uh-oh. Here we go. So we will definitely be seeing this colorless control deck taking on Drago Box. Let's see if Box can do its thing before...
Turn 1 donk, turn 1 donk, turn 1 donk, turn 1 donk.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
I told Lee before, because I jinxed him, I told him his luck is with him having to work tomorrow morning that he'd go 3-0 tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then lose the 4th round.
Oh
So I
my
really
gosh.
I told him, prove me wrong, homie. He said he would. So
Chucky.
I want to see it.
Put a spell on her, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't have control of my premonitions. I just say things, and sometimes they happen, Sometimes you ask for your top deck and you get it, right? I do wonder how this matchup is, because I have not played Box into Luna Control. I don't know if you guys have any practice into it or how the matchup goes.
No, I'm not. I'm not seen either. I know that generally control decks love to see Dragon, because most control decks in Gym Leader Challenge, revolve around some kind of energy denial, and Dragon is the easiest type to deny energy because of all the color requirements. But this Ursaluna control list is not aiming to do that. So Lee's energy is going to be safe. Now, Lee obviously does have a damage cap that could be a little bit of an issue, but he does have a way to get through Ursaluna without, as long as it's not caped, right? We have seen Muscle Band in the list, and we know that these Dragon Pokemon hit for 160 naturally. So one Muscle Band gets you over the hump. Dragonium still in the deck can get you over the hump. There's definitely ways to address it.
I think the line, if it works ideally for him, is simply, if he can do it as aggressively or as soon as possible, is the Lost City on the Ursaluna line.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you land that, the game just ends, right? Like, and then from there, you just keep your what you bench very thin, so that you minimize the risk of getting retreat locked and all.
Trapped. Yep.
And you literally just cruise and win the game, right?
Yep.
Outside of that, like, there are some lines with the Dragonium Z, like you said. I think that can lead to a point where even if they get set up, you could try to find a way to stabilize and win the game. But the retreat lock, I think, matters a little more in this matchup.
Yeah.
Like you said, yeah, it's just really keeping good tabs on your energy counts, your ways to pivot out of the active. That's going to be huge here.
Looking like a ditto start from Georgie.
And then for those listening, we normally do prizing for winners. Like the way this works is we'll still have a first place winner. So at the end of our fourth round, whoever's listed first will get our prizes that are online. However, we do have a chance for there to be multiple undefeated. So there will still be a potential for 2 badges to be awarded tonight up to that. In addition to that person getting a random full art prize. And then just in the spirit of competition, one of the other players mentioning how even though it's super late for them on their side, they're here just to play, even if they can't technically win anything. So pulling at my heartstrings with that, I decided we're still going to raffle off the rare candy tonight for our participants. So I'm not a bad guy.
It's one of those things, man, where I've been saying it all night. If you're not involved, get involved, because this man has got some amazing prizing for this tournament series in the back, and we're ordering new cards all the time. And that's what he's making mention of right now. These are the full art cards that are coming out in the new mega set. We have some Japanese copies of them already, so we're putting them up for prizing.
I feel like the guy that does like the 2 a.m. commercials about how he has a warehouse full of mattresses, and he's like, I have so many mattresses, I'm trying to give them away. It's like I have so many full art cards. Take my card.
Yes. Oh, we love it.
Cookie's out here like, I want to give back to the community. And then I'm out here like, everybody should run Agatha. It's probably the best card that exists.
You're just giving back to the community in your own way.
Kinda.
I'm gonna need Georgie to send me this play map.
Yeah, the Ray Gun Mark 1.
Oh boy.
So of course we got the artist on start. So does he have the fan? Oh no, he does not. Maybe he has fan in hand. No. Okay, he's got stuff to set up. So
yeah.
Not the end of the world.
Fan must be prized in my head because you've had ample ways to search it here.
Now I mean, it could be the level. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, you just would have went and got it.
You imagine if he Ultra Balls next and grabs the Fan Rotom?
Yeah, for no effect at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can grab evolutions if they're under the 100 HP.
Yeah, that's true. And all of these, notably, all of these guys are, except for the Ursaluna. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm a little confused. Did he play level ball to get the Pidgey?
Yes.
Yep.
Where's the level ball at? Did he put it back in hand?
I think he set it aside.
I don't know. His hand's upside down right there, so there's a possibility.
Let me just go check.
Yeah. Go grab him. Yeah, because I don't see it anywhere.
Unless he took back the level ball play and he was artisoning, but
nah, Artisan I think got this in Chino. Now I will say, yeah, there's that level ball. Get that thing out of there. All right, so everything taken care of now. I will say Lee now has the open opportunity to, if he can move this Regidrago, like you said, we can line up a play where we start potentially lost zoning this Teddy Ursa before it becomes a Ursaluna. I know that Marnie is not the supporter that you want to hit off of an early Pokegear like that, but
he does have escape rope at least.
Yeah, that's good.
So like if it's his only draw option, if he can escape rope and get into the DDE,
yeah,
that's still big.
Yeah, you at least remove one of these threats. What's the HP of the Teddy Ursa? I imagine it's not a 70 HP guy, right?
It is 70 HP.
Okay.
It's 70. But you have the Minchino, the Pidgey that are both below 6.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And the Ditto as well.
Yep.
Or no, Ditto is 70.
Yeah, Ditto's 70. Yeah. Honestly, like Goose Hollow would have been huge there, right? It's like Goose Hollow just
Yeah.
literally wins the game. DDE, Muscle Band, Lost City, rope in, and well, rope first. See if he puts the 10 Ursa up. If he doesn't, then you just win the game, right?
Yeah.
There's colorless tenacity in hand, boys.
Yeah,
but
he can start lost zoning immediately.
No,
he
yeah,
just doesn't
you
have
just
to
do
ban.
it. No, you just do it. You still just
Oh
do
no,
it.
for sure.
Yeah,
Oh no, you
gas it.
absolutely still do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see if he has access to it.
You know,
A storm.
and maybe.
Oh no.
No, don't.
I
Oh,
don't
come on.
think he has the energy.
Oh no.
No
So
double
DD's
dragon.
prize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
I don't see Lost City either.
Oh no, so Lost City and DD are prized. Whoa.
Yeah.
What is that? Oh.
I mean, the Silent Lab makes it so the Ditto can't become anything during the next turn at least, but that's rough.
I kind of like that though. Like, you're fine to sit on the bolt here, right? So you don't need to grab Stormy Mountain to put overextend. I think you're just fine to get the bolt in there and just start taking KOs.
Man, what a devastating card to be prized right there. You have the perfect turn one supporter for this situation where you can fish out literally Lost City DDE, and we think that both of them are prized.
Yeah, because I mean that's for sure how you win this game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you start eliminating the draw right now, there's no way that the loop works.
Absolutely.
Eliminate the Ditto. Well, I mean, you would have had to have found additional pieces to eliminate the Ditto, but eliminate either that Cinchino or Pidgey. Pack it up, as Lee says. Pack a lunch. So we are going to see the escape rope committed. Going to force this Ditto out of the active position. Oh, man, he's going to promote the Teddy Ursa. Oh, boy. Does that tell us that he has rare candy play lined up? It would be really scary if so.
You got rare candy, triple XL, bada bing, bada boom.
200 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, he does have draw options, so
protecting the Cinchino probably a big part of the idea here. Even if he does have to give up a Teddy Ursa early, but man, you do not want to be putting that thing in the active without knowing that you're probably going to be evolving up. You're just begging for Lee to. You're making the gamble, right? You know that it's not there, because would imagine what's the worst thing that could have happened to you last turn, and it didn't happen.
Right. I mean, I think there's that, but also, so relevantly enough, the Tedursa has an attack that retreat locks. So knowing that rope has already been burned, if he has a way to get the Drago back into the active, he can effectively try to stall.
We're seeing a lot of cards played down from this hand, though, so I'm not sure that that's an option. We'll see.
Like last minute, deciding not to take the Bumblebee off the Poffin. So we have, looks like he's looking at an Iona potentially. We'll think there's an Airy in that set of cards as well.
Funny enough, I pulled a full art Airy today from a random product that was just laying on the floor.
Just laying around?
I swear.
Just hanging out.
4 art packs just lying around.
I swear, man. It was a one of those Serena EX collections from back around Black Friday time.
Oh, yeah.
I was just sitting around with some guys in the tables today and was like, hey guys, I'm going to rip this. Full Art Airy. Alright, and we are going to see Iona played. Resetting both these players' hands.
That kind of helps Lee at
I
this
think
point.
so. I think a little bit.
That's big for Lee.
Oh no, but I see a Battle VIP pass off of those cards. Yeah.
Well, I mean, adventure bag.
That's fine.
Yeah, Turbo Energize could be online next turn, right?
He just got Res Challenge in hand too, or something, right? You just discard the Battle VIP and something else and get exactly what you want.
Yeah, if he's got Res Challenge with that, that's huge, Ducky.
I thought I saw it. Maybe that's not Red's challenge.
Oh, God. Can you imagine if Red's challenge, if he has the energy in hand, gets the damage buff and can... Well, it depends.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, though.
Back.
So Lost City... wait, was that the one on the very bottom? Yeah, that was it. We know DDE.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah, you're right, Chucky. Yep.
Yeah, so he's like straight up can like grab damage buff and then just take, and then grab Lost City off the Reds challenge, and then Reds challenge Lost City to Tedursa.
Yeah, and then they're just playing much worse control.
Yeah.
Oh absolutely. My goodness, he's cooked if it's gone. Does he have it?
I think he just doesn't have the energy.
Yeah, it needs a lightning energy.
Oh, no.
And that's why you see the Turbo Energize grab. Now, how many turns do we... like? And that's what Lee's probably gambling. He's like, okay, how many turns do I have before this... Oh,
okay.
We're going to, like, dig more for it?
That's interesting.
So here's his other option, right? He could, well, and he's not doing this now, but he could have turbo energized to Regidrago, and Regidrago with Muscle Band can one-shot Ursa Luna.
Does he have an energy?
He doesn't have energy. I think he just said he just blew that.
Man, what a mistake.
And he doesn't have a way to get rid of cards in hand either. Every single card is either a comeback option or a draw option.
That was a bad mistake there.
Oh, they're walking it back.
Yeah. And I think it's like, this is like an understood thing, right? Like, I mean, I'm not sure if I would have been allowing that play to get walked back in that scenario, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I have like the rule. It's odd because we want to keep integrity on our field, but if both players, like I'm hearing them talk about it, the other opponent actually offered like you could take it back, right? Like Lee is accepting that he made a mistake and he's like, oh whatever, and the opponent is, oh no, if you want to take it back, it's fine. So good on them on wanting to maintain like a positive play. Like they want to see that. I'm kind of in the mindset of, in these types of situations, okay, yeah, mistakes happen. We can fix things. But when you're playing in a much more competitive environment, you're playing for money. Like these things will happen. It's like, sorry, you made a mistake. And like, it's even like him going back and like getting in his last turn, like going back and getting on the buddy. He's like, you know what? I don't want Buttleby. Like I would have said, no, you've already grabbed it. You started shuffling. Like
that's true. Yeah, Lee did allow that to go back last turn. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like in that situation, it's like, oh, this is fine because the setting we're playing in. But yeah, when you're playing for money, it's like those little micro decisions. It's like, yeah, you've already done it. Like you've committed to it, right? It's kind of the ruling. You've picked up and started to shuffle, so we've moved on. The card's done. So it looks like, yeah, Lee's just taking the chance, and I think he's realizing like this is, again, you're playing against control, so the key thing is you have time, right? He doesn't have to do the play to just win the game right away. He just needs to do it within a set number of turns.
Well, I just saw one piece coming out there. We see the recycle energy being eyed up off of this. Hapu as one of the cards being selected. What the other choice will be, Kind of depends. Georgie's seen a lot of cards this turn. A lot of cards this turn. 2 off the trade. Saw an additional 2 off the airmail. And then off this Hapu, seeing an additional 6 more.
I wonder if he's seeing.
That's a lot of great stuff to be having to choose between for the Hapu. So the rope and what was the other card that was grabbed?
The recycle energy was the first card.
The recycle, yep, okay.
Mhm.
I am curious. I mean, the rope being what it is, that's fine and all, but I am curious if he's just not thinking or concerned about the Tersa getting blown out.
Yeah, dude, I don't know either.
Yeah.
I would have grabbed the cape there, right? Because if you grab cape now, you're not in a risk of losing the Tersa as it is.
Yeah, because like the bench snipe, if like say Lee got into the DDE, if that's not evolved by the time that he has the DDE and has a way to get into Lost Zone or Lost City, that's. I mean, there are other ways for the deck to control, but like,
yeah, it's getting out of here.
There's a clear, good way for it to do it.
Right.
You can see floatstone here to it. We could also see the recycle energy retreat. All right, floatstone's gonna get this thing out of here. Into the Bunnelby. Just gonna start milling here.
Maybe. So that he may also prioritize getting cards out of his discard because he did discard some important pieces.
Sure.
Like Max Potion and Kate going down is kind of rough. So that might be the play here is Lee just yelling out at other people to tell them to shut up because he's on stream. Love it. I gotta call it out. I heard it. It's too funny.
What is it? What did he say?
He yelled out to the background and said, "Shut up! I'm on stream."
Oh my god.
That sounds like early YouTube days. Shut up, Mom! I'm on camera. I'm making a YouTubes.
I'm playing Roblox.
So what did we see there? We see a pickup or a mill?
I thought he picked up.
Okay.
I thought it was. I don't know if he picked up the potion yet or not. I feel like potion's like the most important of the cards in his discard. I mean, yeah, you can Pete hunt for it, but typically, or that, or like one of the supporters.
I don't know. I just see this water energy staring at me in the discard pile that I do not know how it got there.
Yeah,
unless
and
it was milled.
the that was double mill, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so he did double mill. Okay,
Yeah,
he looked through his stuff for
he
sure.
Hit field blower too.
Ooh, that's rough.
It's pretty brutal. Yeah. And I'm wagering.
Ooh.
Oh.
But there's not a great target here. Like, you still need this lightning energy. Oh my gosh, bicycle for 1. Nest ball. Not it.
Yeah. I mean, you can at least search for something.
Man, if he would have pulled anything like a letter or anything like that, we know Chucky thinks that the red challenge is in hand. And if that's the case, then we're literally
I don't think it is.
It's not. It can't be because he just rips that if he had it.
Yeah, he would already.
I think I saw it in the deck earlier too.
The other issue is he can't Regidrago or Turboblaze because of the Silent Lab.
Yeah. Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure his hand is
a lot worse at this point than it's hurting Georgie.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure his hand is Raihan, Rescue Stretcher, Battle VIP,
which is basically 3 dead cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the worst situation. So like this is also the situation too where control just really turns the corner because you're not putting any pressure anymore, so there's no racing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, his only out is to be able to lost zone that Ursa. That's the only way he's winning this game now.
Boy.
I mean, he can still take a KO.
Ursa Luna is about to be online. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and he had He had
Did he?
Lost City as the other airmail option.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a little confused. Oh no. Oh, that. Never mind. I'm dumb. He doesn't have a lightning. Okay. Yeah, he's missing lightning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
because he
man.
has fighting and water, and that's it.
It's brutal.
Yeah. So now the game's. I'm not gonna say it's over yet, but it's looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
For Lee.
No, it's pretty
'Cause
much over.
he can theoretically Raihan next turn if that gets knocked, but I don't
But
think he
man,
even goes for the knock.
Well, I mean, it just depends. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that Georgie goes for the knock here. I think that this is like a slow burn angle at this point. I don't even know if Georgie promotes the Ursa Luna.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Like the only way he loses is if he takes a knockout and gives Lee a chance to, because like Lee's not dead if he's able to get the combination of Druddigan plus attack plus muscle band plus Lost City, right? So if you take a KO that way, you enable that. There's no need to enable it. That's the only way you lose. So, I mean, I guess you lose to Drago doing the same thing, but again, that's so like what Goose Hollow with Drago does give you a loss.
No, we're seeing the triple energy attached here. So I think that we're going for knock. Yeah. This is big. This opens up a line though. Where oh man, what did Lee top
was that Stormy Mountains? It was Stormy Mountains.
God, we need the energy. We need the other energy. That's it. Cause like we have Rahan, we have Muscle Belt in deck. So close here. I think if you're Lee, though, you still have ways to win this game by even just forcing this Ursa Luna to start taking knockouts. Other decks don't necessarily have that ability, but with Lee having Rahan in hand here, you can literally just Rahan this fighting energy back to your Raging Bolt, and then follow it up with a attach of that lightning energy. And you can just start knocking out Pidgeotos, and you just start asking questions.
I mean, another option could even just be like going for the Tatsugiri and like trying to start getting like a support setup in hand to be able to do like
honestly
big knockout. like getting into Goose Hollow would be.
I literally think all you do is grab Goose Hollow and do nothing this turn, like unless you have something else. Like just literally grab Goose Hollow, wait next turn, because he's likely going to Pete Hunt to set up the next KO. So then you just Goose Hollow the Drago, put Prism Energy, Lost City, Muscle Band
in your hand and go. Yeah. Let's see if he sees this.
Like that's what you have to do. I think if he has it, I don't know if he sees the Goose Hollow.
That is it, Chucky. I totally agree. We see the Prism Energy there in deck.
We know he has Band.
We know he has Band. We know he has Lost City. So it's all about, is the Goose Hollow there?
Right.
Yeah, you're spitting. Yeah, and Joel asking in chat, how does Dragobox even deal with Ursa Luna? This particular build with the Muscle Band, Lost City can Lost City can Lost Zone and Ursa Luna with Muscle Band at full HP. And with this Floatstone being on the Ursa Luna, that means that the Cape is not.
Yep.
So
this is actually where, going back to that play with the Bunnelby, I think taking Cape and Max Potion is correct instead of Millen.
There, I wonder. It had to be the lightning energy, right? Because like he didn't have it.
Yeah. I mean, he's still theoretically. I mean, yeah, he can start swinging now, right? But also, like, what does he start swinging into? Does he go
Pidgeotto,
just for the Bunnelby?
I would take one of the draws off the board. Pidgeotto is a 60 HP mon.
Yeah, Pidgeotto or Skitty, because taking Skitty off also takes away the Delcatty, which is in the discard pile. But yeah, Pidgeotto is immediately giving you draw, so that's probably
Yep.
it. But yeah, like I said, but going back, like if that Bunnelby doesn't mill instead and takes Kate and Max Potion, then literally isn't a problem because Kate makes him have the field blower, which he burns, which doesn't matter if he milled it anyway. And the Max Potion means if he comes up and just hits the Luna here, you have the loop where you can just loop heal, and you are literally forcing him to have the exact 180, otherwise the game's over, right? Not to mention, like the Pete Hunt, you go back and get the loop to prevent it. You just get the cape again, and he doesn't have it, so it's basically game. Like you just turn the lights off in 2 turns.
Yep.
But it's just a matter of thinking through those lines. I don't know how much Georgie has played against Fox to see what options he has. So maybe he's not accounting for the muscle band. That could be it.
Okay, so he's playing the escape rope.
Why would you do that? Was Lee's response to escape rope. Wonderful.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Why are you this way? And I could see like that being a smart line because he could be going for the Gower mine here to kind of slow down or lock up the active while he mills with Bunnelby.
Oh. Oh. Not the Guzma.
That's not good.
He does still have Boss in deck, though, correct?
Yeah, and versus Seeker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Boss and Seeker are still there.
So, like, he does have a route.
Well, this is sort of the thing, too, like, where the Bunnelby also does the same thing as the Pete Hunt here, if he wants, if he's looking to do it.
Yeah.
He can get back the energy and then set up for the potion, too.
Yeah. Does he have Field Blower already placed into discard? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. I think we saw it go.
Yeah, because he could like. Yeah, it could blower the float.
Are you talking for Georgie or for Lee?
Georgie to like Field Blower his own float to get the Lux Cape rolling.
Yeah,
because that's his safest option, I'd assume. But like. Then it's also like setting a turn back. Oh, he's doing double mill. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my God! Prism energy off the top.
Ooh! Prism.
So does he have?
But do we have a way to, force this? That's the big thing. It's like you don't want to do this to anything other than that Ursaluna.
Yep. So he's thinning right now, because if he can get into either, verse, lost, anything like that.
Well,
he can start swinging.
Did he just put Stormy into play or Stormy Band in play?
Yep. Yeah,
he just put Stormy down, so I guess he can't lost.
Yeah, so he can't lost on this turn. I don't think it was going to happen this turn anyway. Like, the best thing he could do here...
He does have DDE in hand as well.
So he did find that off the prizes.
Yep.
That's big.
He's getting 2.
Could he go? Hear me out. Could he go for like the wild, because I think he just hit Elixir. Could he go for the wild, overextension on the bolt to try to take 180?
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I feel like Georgie's over focused on.
He's making him count his deck.
Yeah,
okay.
He's hyper focused on the mill, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how you win. We've seen.
It is, but also
for weeks now.
Oh, sure, but I think there's a balance of you need to know how many cards they have, but at the same time, also know that he can mill Lee and do all this stuff, but while Lee has so many cards in hand and he built a big hand, he could get hit with hand disruption, and then all of a sudden, now he's just stuck.
Because if Lee DDEs and Crispins and hits Elixir, he could even be knocking the Luna on bench.
Right. And I think the other thing too is he didn't grab, which I'm assuming he's playing triple and ignition, so he has a way
Yeah.
to get the KO here. And I gotta imagine
Joel,
Goose Valhalla had to be.
Dragonium got discarded.
Oh, it did.
It was
Yeah.
milled. Yeah.
Yeah,
It got
Dragonium got milled.
the Belelba milled it.
Rescue carrier going to bring back the Delcatty and the Bunnelby.
That's where that Delcatty is really important. It's where like blowing up the Skitty is almost like enough to be thinking about, because the Delcatty's just going to get him back the supporters he needs to do what he
just
wants.
attached recycle for turn.
Yes.
He did.
That's okay.
I'm assuming he's looking to just retreat back into the Bunnelby. I think he's more or less looking to force Lee to.
He's probably trying to mill the Lost City, huh?
Possibly, but
I would imagine something
Like
like
that's
that.
trying to cheese and hope.
Right, and he's just forcing him to use like Gus to.
Yep.
Okay, so Belelba.
So we're milling 5 cards a turn right now, guys. It's like
Right.
We're This is how Georgie's getting to the bottom of their deck, and also how they are forcing Lee out of cards.
Right. I think that's the plan he's kind of focused on, which I guess like now at how many cards did Lee have? Like less than 15?
I don't know, man.
Like at this point he doesn't care that Ursaluna could get knocked out. He just wins by nature of looping. Like he can just loop the mill and not really care about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of the mindset.
I mean, he can't loop the mill if Luna's gone. Like at a certain point, you run out of the loop. Okay, but he just attached the recycle, correct?
He did. I'm gonna.
Just make sure. Just watch.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yep, just wait. Because we don't know that he's attaching.
Lee's like, why don't you put that Lost City into play for me?
My God, if he puts Lost City into play and misplays on.
Oh God! Yeah, that's.
Hold on. The Triple Excel can't be attached. You attach recycle this turn.
Yeah, Lee, I want to pick this up too, please. Please.
That's fair.
No, I'm just saying it's like funny.
Yeah.
It's like funny. Like,
yeah.
Okay, Gallermine bumping.
Oh my
God. The Stormy Mountains.
Countercatcher. But that's in a situation where if you do that in a tournament, you just lose.
Yeah.
And you do not get to take that back.
No.
Yeah.
Guzma is down.
So he's looking to just lock something into the active. But see, this is at the same time where like putting Drampa down was probably like again
incorrect.
Not overextending.
Yeah.
Like you have to just basically rely on minimal amounts of mons and just like stagger how you put things out, because this is what happened. Like
he was absolutely trying to deck thin though, just to like hopefully get into that Lost City.
For sure. But like that's also like the double-edged sword of thinning is like thinning also means you have less cards, which means you have less turns through mill, which is now what's being forced.
He just got Peony. Is this? I'm assuming escape rope's down then.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he used rope really early.
Yep,
yeah, like turn 1. Yeah. Because that was a big part of it. It was like having to burn rope early was rough. Oh no! So Lonnie takes the win on Mickey, denying the 4-0. So we will only have maybe one badge being given out tonight.
That is Pokemon.
That is Pokemon.
You're here to play spoiler. If you're not in that undefeated, you're here to mess somebody's night up.
Oh God, does he go for it?
Are we about to see
Okay.
back-to-back? We are. I mean, I feel like we're about to see back-to-back colorless control wins in our first 3 weeks.
It's crazy though, because that deck's so bad.
Sure.
As we say that, as it keeps winning the events we're holding.
Sure.
Yeah, I've never lost to it.
There's
I
the
don't know.
rope, yeah. Guzma and rope are down. So I'm assuming he just has to grab Verse Seeker and hope they don't have an out to Airy.
Gosh, this was so close too. This was like we were teetering on the edge of greatness in that turn 1 when the DDE was prized.
Yeah, I just like you just said, like that's Pokemon. Like sometimes you have all the plans, but then prizing just nails you, right? It kind of goes back to there was what was it? We talked about this last week. There's the whole mindset of if they changed how prizing worked, then that could potentially, one, it would fix mulligans a lot more, but also like prizing in itself wouldn't be as crippling. But the game would probably be broken, honestly.
And there quite possibly is a chance where, like, if we see this deck continue to do what it's doing, and that is winning big events, I could easily see a piece of this being potentially gotten rid of. I don't know what it would be just yet. You know, like I mean, it's like we're very early into the cycle of this deck showing out in major events. You know, like it has not been the premier best deck in format over the last months. You know,
I think that's the game.
Yeah.
I think that's going to end it right there.
Yeah. Guzma KO, the Drago that's got all this investment into it. Lee would need to hit like
here's the thing,
Crispin.
though, right? Here's the thing. If he puts down Lost City, that opens up
Crispin.
Turboblaze.
Yeah.
Turboblaze.
Oh, yeah, even just that. Yeah.
So Turboblaze, Crispin.
Does he even get Turboblaze? It's literally just Turboblaze energy, right?
Yeah,
he just needs Turboblaze attached.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, is he gonna punt here? This seems.
Will Lee see it too?
Yeah, he's at least putting up his retreat option.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, can he get into the fire?
Did he just drop this on?
He has Verse Seeker. He might have already had Clara milled.
Yeah, he's got Seeker. I just thought he.
And we know he has Rahan in the discard pile.
He has KO. Yeah, he has the KO on the Ursaluna. And now the question is.
Yup.
Oh baby.
Does he have
enough cards in deck to survive this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool.
Okay, water energy.
Get an additional energy just to attach. Don't need a Turboblaze attachment. Would have been cool.
You have the right on.
But energy retrieval was milled, so that was like another big nasty piece. Clara's got to be hanging out somewhere.
Woo! Yep. Daddy, this is big.
Yep, and we see the Ursaluna permanently removed from this game off the back of Georgie dropping the Lost City.
Oh my, what a mistake. So that's the other thing about this deck is that I can see the problem with this deck if we start seeing like...
Lee has at least 10 cards.
Yeah, how does he answer? Yeah, exactly. So now how does he answer?
He has 15 cards.
This is game. Lee's about to pull this out.
Yeah.
That's 15 cards of mill that has to happen right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just not
he
going to
has-
happen.
He has no way to do it.
Now,
There's all.
is
Oh
there
my
a
God,
way?
guys! God, it's gonna be the worst thing though. Guess how much time is left in the
Yeah.
game?
A minute and a half. Yeah.
They have a minute.
Joel telling us next turn Bunnelby can recover Countercatcher and Gallermine, and that would just lock it up.
That's true. That's true. He could countercatcher mine and then lock the Drampa, which comes back to the whole thing of the Drampa, like just minimizing what you put down. Like literally, Reshiram and Drampa have not been needed in this game, right?
So a tie for no badge.
No, winner gets badge. So if Lee were to have the better breaker and finish in first place, there would be no badge.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
this actually, but yeah, it would just depend on what we see there. So it just depends on who
But
gets
they
first.
also, if it is tied, then they didn't technically beat a Blazer in the finals.
Yeah, that's the
No,
thing.
so
You're right.
So that
So it's like
yeah,
that's
physical
what
badge
makes
wouldn't
it
happen
weird
anyway.
because like we have 33 seconds on the clock.
I'm gonna make sure to announce right when it hits too.
Yep.
Yeah,
In one of
Lee.
those games.
But I will say that Lee understood the assignment where it's like, if I'm not losing this thing, and both players have played quick. It's not been like this has been a slow game. I don't think.
Yeah, for what it's worth, for a win percentage, Lee is currently in first. So Lee is probably taking it if it's a draw. So give me just a second. I'm gonna flip over.
Pokemon and time. Am I right, Evan?
Yeah. The other issue is, I mean, if he takes out the Skitty, or no, never mind. It's so turn zero's Georgie. Yeah, that's Lee stuck it out, waited for the option, got to it,
and we've been playing strict clock rules all night too. So like that's another thing that like you can't really say, oh, just let these players go. I mean, we've been stopping games all night long, unfortunately. So,
yeah, because I mean that's also like a part of why some of the games got a little goofy with like the pairings, just because there were people with ties.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Just the way it is sometimes.
Yeah.
So Georgie will be turn 0, Lee turn 1, and then this game will come to a conclusion.
Yeah, and I think what I was saying before is you were saying that colorless can be a problem, and I think it can be if enough people that learn how to play the deck correctly come up. But like this game shouldn't have ended in a tie, right? Like there are several decisions throughout the play for the colorless player side that could have just put this game away, no problem.
Yeah,
I think so.
So I think that's the number one reason we're not seeing this deck like dominate as much, and it's still doing really well in events. So.
Yeah, and like things could have went better. It's just the choices that were made to mill when there was still a lot of cards when it should have been get rid of the attackers that can actually threaten your board state and then mill.
Yeah, and Lee's just going to be like, I don't really think that I have anything additional. Seeing energy to attach, retreat.
He can poke the active. Oh, yeah, well then,
He can just attach, retreat, yeah.
I thought they grabbed the mine, but they didn't.
No.
Yeah, the mine. Yeah, the mine. I think was just where it was lost. They didn't get it back, and then.
And Lee just gonna take the trade off the board.
Hey guys, that's game. That's game.
Now I will say if they want to like play it out to see.
Yeah, you guys.
Resolve,
yeah, if you guys want to play it out for sake of entertainment, feel free to. But yeah, that's game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll sit here for just a second.
Yeah, you guys talk it out. Let me know. Just DM me. Yeah, they're going to talk out how to resolve it.
I don't think he had any way to retreat is the other issue. So like it would have just been Lee poking bench. But
yeah.
Because like he could have like pal padded to like try and get into the Guzma again, but then at a certain point he just decks out because he doesn't have a way to retreat. Well, no, he gets the Guzma. He starts putting stuff on top again. But then that's another, what, 20 minutes a game
Yeah. Yeah, I
if they're
mean,
both stuck.
that's the thing. Like, you can agree if you're Lee. You can obviously agree at any point in time to be like, oh yeah, well, you could have locked me up. But like you're saying, that's another 20 minutes of game. Like, I'm not gonna just tell my
And it's also
opponent, okay, I'm
very
gonna.
dependent. Yeah. It's dependent on what's grabbed back and what's milled, where
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
Joel mentioning here in chat, if Lee KOs the Bunnelby, that should be game.
yeah, exactly. Because like the pal pad turn, you're not gonna. I mean, you could get into the Guzma,
He's probably not getting into the
but
Guzma that exact turn, is he? If he's not
he
getting
could
into,
off of the Oranguru. Like there
yeah,
is a 1 in 5 chance, or a 1 in 4 if he only grabs one supporter.
sure. But it's like
But
after that, though, like we said, then Lee knocks out the Bunnelby, and there's never a chance for the mill to ensue again. And so then Georgie just decks out naturally before Lee does. This is tough. Clara is in the bin.
yeah, or no, that's his deck. So
Oh, that's
like,
his deck. Oh, okay, yeah, so
yeah,
Clara's
so
still
he
in
would
deck.
have options to like, because if he Clara'd, he'd be able to get anything out of the active.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could Turbo Blaze onto the Reshiram, attach for turn,
Mm-hmm.
retreat,
Yep.
and then bop the Bunnelby. So it's just if the
Like,
Bunnelby.
I literally think it comes down to this turn, right? Like, and it would have in the Crux world. Like, I think that this turn, if there's a world where Georgie gets out of the active, then they could have a chance. But, like, if they don't this turn, then Lee's just taking a knockout on your next Pokemon, and then one more knockout wins the game. So, like, that's what we're saying is, like, if the onus isn't done this turn, then Lee has knockouts on board for the next 2 turns.
We might want to have Lee get the the smoke is fine, but the object itself might be
You
a
can't see
YouTube
it.
problem.
You can't see it.
You can't now. It was on for a second. I don't know if you had the thing minimized, I suppose.
No, I mean, I'm watching OBS. I couldn't, like, I literally couldn't see it.
Okay.
I don't have like the full render. You know what I'm saying? I got like tables chopped down. So we're good. We're good. Couldn't
Okay.
see a thing.
Me when I think of a term of service and go, rut-row.
Yeah, dude, I understand. I understand. I get it for sure. But yeah, no, we're good. All good. That's kind of the nice thing about like hand cams deals. Like I got it pretty chopped down. So
Joel says I saw it. Got a second. Ooh.
Yeah, he may have pointed. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I watched this whole.
Okay. We talked through everything, and they decided to tie because I really think with the outs there was still a possibility for either to win. Although I think it was more in Lee's favor just because there was no way to loop and he would mail himself more likely.
Yeah.
But it's theoretically possible if he burrows for the or he attack to dig for enough cards. Like he could dig for the right number of things to loop and then be okay. So that's the thing that may have saved him, but nevertheless, we left it as a draw.
That turn is what we were. That's what Evan and I went through. It's like, okay, well, sure he could get back into the Bunnelby, but he doesn't have retreat right now. So
yeah, because it would have been like you're knocking the Bunnelby on bench.
Yep. The recycle energy's coming to hand.
Oh my God! George jumped first.
God damn.
So
Yeah.
George wins. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and announce. Actually, before you guys do it, I got to roll. So
Okay.
I have to roll for my 20 before we put it out. So we have 18. Let's see. So if you guys are looking at the final standings, we have.
Yeah, because Lee's resistance is better, so Georgie jumps him. So, like, yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm going to roll. Okay, so we have some drops. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're not counting any Blazers or drop players. It's literally just 1 through 13 from the top to the bottom. I'm just going to roll. Anything over 13, just we re-roll. So you guys can see it too. I'm just going to roll it right here for everybody to see. 14, re-roll. 15, oh my goodness, I hate this. 18, re-roll.
Nat 20.
That was. 19,
hey.
okay, 15. I'm actually going to hit every number. Okay, 9. So who finished number 9 out of that list? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Venom. Venom wins our rare candy. Okay. I think that's the second one he's won. Oh my goodness.
Placing perfectly to get the dice roll.
Oh my goodness.
You
that's
said
cool.
9th?
Oh no. Well, it would be the.
It's not counting Blazers though.
So it's not counting Lee. Yeah. So the 9th person down. So you guys saw it, fair and square. Venom wins again. There's no conspiracy. I'm not just giving my boy in Florida prizes. He just keeps winning these things.
No, that's for sure. All right. Well, with that, guys, it's been another pretty great stream. I've enjoyed it. I know I'm glad that you guys have chose to spend your time with us on this Saturday evening. We Blazers definitely thank you for that. I hope you guys have had a fun time too. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Congratulations to Georgie for winning tonight's badge with the, for winning tonight's tournament. No badges handed out on a 3-0-1.
Yeah.
But,
4-0.
Yeah, but congratulations to Georgie for winning the prizing for tonight. And we will see you guys all back again next week at the same time. And one final reminder for our partners, go check out collectorsconnectionduluth.com for their list of events and schedule. And from Evan, Chucky, and myself, thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Peace.
Later, guys.